Oh, kakra. Nyame go so hwe me.
Okay.
And glove football so back.
Oh yeah, club football is club football is.
Now I pity our noisy neighbors.
Manchester City.
I pity them.
Over sure.
Sunday we.
So last season most of wins, so we can't say.
No, I'm rim there. Or some pepper or more cash.
Okay.
Bona pep. I'm rim as out there. I'm rim was some crowd went to be coach be a pep. And I pity them this weekend. I pity them.
Okay.
Meteor City for them. Oh, we're ready. Plus injuries almost saying, oh, you are going to kill them. You be sorry, Pep, a new team. The timing is wrong. Time now this year Manchester no. It's so wrong.
What you better now?
So I say no problem.
Me City ni, but so na you.
And I say City ni beat you no say better, no problem. Meet me na ko wow gina we. So I say better, no problem. Meet me no ko.
So two patches e bia say o sha see one sha see.
Eno dey eno won't be nche me dey me nye.
O me nche oni aizo.
Me ne noise neighbors needing come. So obi a City ni. No free so doubt them me kana. Meet me aba. Ai. O so we Chelsea ni. Anyam na munni ayi no. Share sponsor nyamo. Munni bi.
Ezo nko series ka.
Ade series ka.
Go football.
Da ben out is Ecclesiastes ni nam. So omo jiju susu omo de be Manchester da.
Na so mo stable.
Nya na nse na FIFA club work akitu ya mkoji ya. Munya sika kaka mo ska be na mo.
Yeah, yetimi ton ade 300 million.
O to ade be.
300 million ye ton. Mo clubhouse.
Enye die hia ni disaster mo ton.
Ronaldo ba disaster.
Mo ton disaster.
Yeah, parent to the man trouser. E be so ton.
Mo ton Raheem Sterling. Mo ton.
Mo embassy be ton.
O pe panic buying dodo.
Yeah, then panic buy.
E bia so obi e bintimu so
person. Yeah, no one panic buy. Wo wutimi go to players a wo ya go to school. Wo no muton. Uti go official school dey nyo enye. And then we can say yeah panic buy.
Let's go.
Wow, Ronaldo be can say
Premier League no tie. Premier League no so ba. En kakra.
E do him that story when Enzo Fernandez ne kai say do buy when you to was.
Man ka bi da.
Wan ka bi da.
Enzo come no o ti say me di bi da.
Yo, me evidence into.
Minim the qualities are branching all. Okay. That's it. Kai said do men din ho come da. Because now I knew say you come good.
Okay.
It be so why? Mr.
At least yeah club training grounds one in granny interfering patakalini ade ade ni honom o clean na say na nyame amado mama kwaje bosi asibi
okay
amombra mo ase
na ye da nyame ase say o buy a training grounds wa your space enough to accommodate the players
na the space
yenya team bia
in space
the coach any players ne ka say bi gina bonten and a coach atia mo wait mo ti dem e kan no we team we the team we ba tutu Manchester United
o class team lo create e cup now we do 17th dia o mo bra now we 17th there will be 17
trophies
but one you say
trophies
you see the thing is that one you be there so I say one you be there
go FIFA
oh club I can want Manchester United I can want in the last baby solid 5 years
any emphasis be
oh and you now now yeah see I would say na be you be start here say you be go weekend ya be na Kofi na say na Kofi na say I will not have pity on you again catch you
okay
ono Manchester United for nyina
but say mo biem space mu kakra
yen you enough space da yen omo nka senior team ko team you space more omo hu main team for no kra it was shana bonten
okay
and here a premier for yen you see your front shirt no we are waiting to get a best deal it's simple and ke club bia kabari stand kan no so gujam ko team register ni players club bi ho ma e me ko ni ska wo de ma ko team register players but ye ni phone share sponsor you are to register and then you for some the sanction
and then we share dia we try what traffic mo
and I say we ni mo now it obi a club football club
Barcelona for mo na kwa ndi twa mu share no
football club team ejaro utimi start kasa say we be Spotify company one reporter oya ye con man ni say me no kananya no kre and that basafo no so we go Spotify company watch a bit they begin to speak about it project towards it and the story about how they've started telling other people influencers near the other Catalan Como say they wanted to go it was true the last time Alena, omo vice president Babeka say, o say afi do need time ombeko Spotify Camp Nou ni bi. They don't know. And they all got the game against Valencia. And then you want Cruyff. Rich, if this was...
what I say, be a contractors not misleading. Maybe the projections no here no. He thought, okay, and that time you bet me about.
Okay, no problem. If that is the case, he has done this several times. There are several times that one Laporta has done this. In fact, last season, throughout when they wanted to do some almost Spotify, Sicano sell a lot of the times. Obeka said, take down on the baby and Emma. Now I feel some people charging on. Laporta does this. Me, I have a lot of respect for Jumo Maye to get Barca to where they've got into. But as a you see, one shady year, the Barca socios near Barcelona will think that they are disrespecting them. In some every day there is a different thing of football club Barcelona and all of those things, Michelle. If they have to sell, they should sell. That's what I keep on saying here. Keeping Femi Lopez and who said Femi Lopez profile on rich. Barca pebi wala masia. Omblo. Obinya bebre. Today la masia. So why do you hold on to Femi Lopez and lose 50 million?
Kofi, Stamford Bridge is a saying.
Stamford Bridge, 40,000.
40,000.
It's a crowd.
Oh, maybe.
That's what I want to
say. Yeah, but they are men rushing come on.
Sashi the Enfa. Let's go.
Camp Nou say above 40,000.
Ani.
Yeah, then I don't go to 30.
But Camp Nou or Camp Nou is the same. Obobo Camp Nou. Obobo Camp Nou.
Obo one sebo.
And yes sir.
Obobo a Saka Park. You know. Amanga, you know.
That is great, but you see that's the thing.
Oh yes, new stadium. Come away. Above 40,000.
New stadium.
Almost stadium.
New stadium.
Normally.
Barca new stadium.
Normally.
Na no more go new Accra.
Camp Nou no.
New stadium. Ombiano. New stadium.
Ai Saka Park man ba so.
New stadium. And can Chelsea and Cabets na come to Kofi and now owners no mun say you would have said it. Barca there was a new one. Obviously it's
stadium 19
why is that when I was moving material Barca what they are doing, what's the Spotify Camp Nou? Barca don't have Spotify Camp Nou. It's not existent. When was the last time Barca? There are about 5 to 8 players all Barca first team minutes here. Almost mobile Camp Nou. A lot of them, they've not played the Camp Nou before. A lot of them, almost mobile Camp Nou since the closure of the stadium. Barca said, you go music last year. Also, okay, music, you know, now we have to see, okay, you may be a Spotify Camp Nou will play about a certain percentage, 27,000. And so we thought this weekend, 3 days.
Barcelona again, I feel my game no now.
Chelsea in Barcelona.
Aye, game no now.
Barcelona.
Oh yeah. Now so coach minimum. I know you.
Say say.
Oh no. At all so.
Football club Barcelona.
Kofi minimum no minimum.
Because of the stadium, no problem. How come go game against Valencia? 2 days ago.
All of a sudden, I invited Barcelona in our conversation.
2 days ago, Valencia 4 players. One of the players, a press conference that about 4 days to go and play the game against Barca. They don't know where they are going. It's not my word. It is them. Me, I'm just a reporter. I'm so many uncle board. I deal with that. A train you out. Ube you and you to change because and yet Chelsea. Into you and you to change. Say penny away, baby. You do that because in your Chelsea. But if it was Chelsea, you would have said it.
Oh, Barca, air conditioning.
So what you say? On you crowd 50 to go out corner why? Where you to change? Penny pony. But you see that's the thing.
That's it.
Barca for you me. Match ni di omo ya dey here bebo. You pass here mona. Rich. You say UEFA say no. UEFA e dey. Enye UEFA kra. We dey mo super computer here bi na samba. Ene dey. Me dey ba ni me bisaw. Super computer say according to Opta analyst for no. Almost say club or highest percentage. So bet Champions League, you know. Hey, Liverpool. 20.4% chance of winning the Champions League.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Some 20.4% of winning the Champions League. Almost say Arsenal the toss mienu. Wow, we are Arsenal. Almost toss mienu with 16% of winning the Champions League. Almost say Paris Saint-Germain the toss miensa with 12.1% of winning the Champions League. Almost I say, team a friend in Manchester City, and it also 9 with 8.4% of winning the Champions League.
Pep team way.
Pep team way. Almost say Barcelona, and it also Num with 8.4% tied with team a friend in Manchester City. The only thing is that City found were more chance of getting to the final than team a friend of Barcelona.
Kofi unim, where the facha me say me twa so. Supercomputer asay. Enin komo fufro. Computer na say.
Almost Chelsea na to to win the Champions League with a percentage of 7%.
Computer na say.
Madrid head at Chelsea with 5.8%.
Champions League.
Yes, that is what they are saying. And then when you say the question of the day about you winning the Ghana Premier League, no? But me say me say what here for. Say who ye Barcelona, who ye Liverpool, who ye Arsenal, who ye Paris Saint-Germain here. Do you agree with these statistics of winning the Champions League? Because Rich, as a Chelsea fan, I think that being put ahead of Real Madrid as it stands now may be a little bit far-fetched for me. And I'm saying this off the back, say, we understand the perennial winning ability of team friend in Madrid. So maybe I'd rather push Madrid to sit and win Chelsea 7th. Clubs are Canadian. Chelsea have a better chance at winning it than them. Bayern, Inter, Newcastle, Benfica, Napoli, Spurs, Dortmund, Club Brugge, Sporting, Bayern for Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, and Atalanta. I think Chelsea are better placed in winning the Champions League this season than them. I mean, I want to know. Say also Utia, where do you think say Chelsea ebetima rank your club also support ebetima rank? And remember, Chelsea say Chelsea for are going to announce a new shirt sponsor, and then it came to fruition. A Chinese appliance company, a friend hire, almost sleeve shirt sponsors. Now, Chelsea a record amount of money in terms of sleeve shirt sponsors. You are looking within about 15 to 20 million for sleeve shirt sponsorship deal for Chelsea for now. And still, almost say they are doing their due diligence for say the front shirt sponsorship deal. No, I saw this. FF1 no edit almost statement about almost say for all, and almost say regulations and discipline updates. The Football Association has today charged Chelsea FC with breaches of regulation J1 and C2 of the FA Football Agents Regulations, A2, A3 of the FA regulations on working with intermediaries, and regulations A1 and B3 of the FA third-party investment in players regulations. In total, 74 charges have been brought against Chelsea Football Club. The conduct that is the subject of the charges ranges from 2009 to 2022. The preliminary relates and primarily relates to events which occurred between 2010-11, 2015-16 playing seasons. Chelsea FC has until 19 September 2025 to respond. We mean, so okay, last season, Bekacho said, Chelsea for Nankasa, Echo FA for Horum. Abra to ball in the club. Omanka say you audit our club. Do you realize say Roman Abramovich mo aye some bad financial underreporting to the extent that Abia Omuto player Eden Hazard 100 million, but 100 million Abia Otia agents fee 5 million. And sanke kind the total cost of Eden Hazard bono.
No ye free.
Omu ye free.
Okay.
No me tia for actually Eddie Ama agents in this animal. To the extent that Abraham Chelsea for ever transition from the old regime to the new regime, you know, there was an agreement between Mariana Ganoskaya, who was the director of Chelsea at the time, with the agent of Abraham Zuma, Ket Zuma, and even Hakim Ziyech. Chelsea should have paid some money to the moment here. Abraham the Mariana Ganoskaya court. First, not Chelsea can home, but court can say Chelsea is under a new ownership, and you have to deal with the old directors, no? And these are some of the issues which, especially between 2009 and 2012, 2010, 2011, 2015, 2016, which Todd Bolly Boba and Baby Huyen. And I'm going to for on catch on say, you better club no. You win regularities be bring. And ye as American businessmen, you need to sign him and show you one day. Mubaba no more charging and no more some charges be not affecting your money maybe. By any pesa. So we are reporting ourselves to you. So maybe that chimney for problem be blame my. And after Chelsea reported led by Todd Bowley and the accounting team, you know, Premier League for have now charged Chelsea Football Club of that report, and Omakate Chelsea said, "Omo responded by the 19th of September to that effect, and then after that they'll do." I'm sure say there's going to be things like plea bargaining and stuff like that from there, and I think that was the plan for Todd. But who said, "Rich, Todd Momo is smart." As businessmen and equity investors, they've proven beyond reasonable that one, buying players with resale value, and then almost every club in the world is beginning to understand that that's the way to go. At the beginning, it looked as if they didn't know what they were doing, but today people are understanding that the Chelsea way is the right way and probably the most sustainable way. Again, they found a lot of loopholes, any illegal, to make sure that they stay in business and then avoid PSR. Also having make sure say in the conversation of constantly selling, it's a way to avoid PSR and also making sure say almost say 1:1 crowd in England, England, they are always in there, especially in the European contest. This is a smart one from Todd Bowley in the call phone, and now FA4 have made it official. Say Chelsea would have to respond to them. There is a good update on our brand here friend Cole Palmer. I hear say he has returned. Romeo and so are returning to training, which is a very, very good one for them. Sky for any BBC for so your survey about who wins the English Premier League. We are a supercomputer. They pure data from their tour. Yeah. Say Liverpool 28%.
Tough one cry.
Say Annette.
The tough one, I think a Liverpool, Arsenal. Okay. I'm saying Chelsea.
Chelsea will make. I say
I'm saying Chelsea. I'm here in the fourth.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm here City Moon
third. But over here, I'm flipping the crack.
Yes, it's here.
Okay.
Me no.
Yeah.
I didn't know yeah.
Only no baby. I'm saying me try more carry. It can me train. I'm one more person. What we did I say?
Me tough boy.
Now what they? What they start tough boy?
And I'm a Liverpool first. Chelsea second. There is out and my baby. Kofi, Enyamia.
Over there. Who fashion now? We knew who fashion come on. That said that when I'm a family.
Kofi, you mean there.
Anyway,
that's Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City as my top four. Like how? Oh, but where they agree.
Good data.
Me know me agree. And Osha Liverpool new inclusion team now because I know say players do not answer them film and the kind of game no more born like no meet me as the league.
Is it not too early to write off Manchester City for?
City to know Kofi and Queza. If you pay better struggle game.
But see you share first game no against Wolves. You can't say Tijani Randers as a bonus.
But after Wolves, you know, Osha City no
2 games they've lost
so bad. Team need balance.
The Mehu Obi analysis, and I saw it on Twitter from Nhyira Rahman Osman, who mentioned that he thinks that the imbalance City are beginning to get with Erling Haaland. I've not looked directly into it with time machine, but do you think it's a bit my Erling Haaland now? According to those people, Omudini say Haaland ain't she go no Bobby on man be defended, and then Inter Sama team na imbalance kakra. What do you think? And how they who say Haaland side, just purely the team that's struggling.
That's Haaland not say.
Yeah.
But Haaland national defense and to me and protected goals no better now.
Because almost some very players be recent times our performances no are a little bit up and down. We say Ruben Dias. The performance are up and down.
Look at Phil Foden.
Because almost 2 seasons now Phil Foden now got that we've not seen the best of him. Even some of the best defenders at John Stones camp, what means they are still not at the very best assistants now. I think they need to find a way. Mainly one of the biggest problem I had with City is at that right hand side. Up till now, also right back, Matthias Nunes, any Oscar Bob, any Alberto Rico Lewis to play from that side. These are not your conventional right backs. And who shared the goal that they considered against Tottenham Hotspur and Brighton? All of them were in that right hand channel. If you've done good investment in right ends, not
fast na emfa mani mekwe na no pe no mo so eso asene awode bi nsem no yade adam akato asa no pa bi yade hia so be se wapomudi ne ejina brane ezan se wapomudi na niam anko ye ha adwene ye pa enupa miensa na wadwama so na mekamfo ede ama ye kunun Ghana limited nupa eno na unya bi no meboa ye pa se de pedia no emani pedia ni nyanhode wode hunchu capsule ede aba eno ye meme do eboa be ma bia for urinary tract infections e betu ase ede ama na face rama ena man so etimi akoye ede ama pacho we obi a doctor kato say a process enlargement na etete wo ana say otadwon so a woti ya e wo bema mo sabio adwon so we wapum ceasefire edro bi anka dem ene maguso edopedope no kamia say obema ho aka edro bebo apa na no ye huntu capsule na ese wonya bi enom na eno eti wo mu ede Mr. Kill so ba na eno enso eboa bema bia sexual enhancer eno na eboa premature ejaculation nyina no etuase ede amafe we obi ene no kamia say libido enso of no ebetu ase kaba ede ama wa chichia wodo nyina enso eso entaropa wotimi nkana tese woso etimi enya bia no ne no etimi akoye ede ama wo me di araba bazenta betin so ba no ye medo ebo ba bia menstrual pains menstrual disorders ebetu ase ede ama ba bia na de tiene se ene oba se uni urasia na woso unya tenka edo bebo no ye araba bazenta betin no ne betu nyina ase ede aba se ne ebe no so ebetimi abo ama wo mpaso gude de ne ama akoye ede ama nti wutemi akọ pharmacy ne Jackson bia ubenya Kulun Ghana Limited no pedi biato na eno straight me abone pedia no number sa ube freso ayes 0244275429 na wenya Kulun Ghana Limited no pa wadu no bi na eno so ayakaba edi ama eno ati ade se so nya adwane papa edi na ubenya adwane papa edi dia Makion restaurant ona me do eko both continental any local disease ni nyina o me de ema na Makion ho ana chase udidi atimi sampa aroma ne yakama test ni yakama adia se obi besa na wodi ne ko ba bia mana kodidi na ye Makion dia enya dia se wonso obenya problem bia tase eno so be boy ye panti awo enkoba kaka tase na no pe no medi enso ema ne na ni na ti ne tell so be nka se domdi ma ya de baba party se no ba be boa amene u business no so ati mebu me na tell so se SME month ana tase omdi ma wodim se SME month dia ebo ma tase ne ma nyina enso ye kama edema young business entrepreneur tase mo ba nyina sanse wo mo add the boss plan ana tase edema the boss plan from Chelsea no wo mo sem we enso industry first business package wo ma design atase wonso online we be stay connected ana after customers no we betimi so ni omo so edi nkomo ye pa enti omo ma digital marketing too atase we betimi promote business no after social media bundles and anso ba Instagram and after Facebook and for Snapchat TikTok what made in common customers no what now we show me ye pa aside that no wo ma extra data atase we betimi around business in online e ba na course and after SMS what made in common no so etma boy pa we teleso the boss plan atase o medi ema young entrepreneurs mo so ma sem business ase anti teleso say wo phone na no adale star 5959 star 5959 na wo the house in the so and so be dale star 700 has na afers when na bundle na wetimi de adwuma betimi enso atese more e de akọ 1133 na afers more details no wonsa etimi aka teleso wo me na di nkomo we enso edema na hisense esmen kanto ze sia no promotion no masase wurim so bibi bia beto hisense akati no 5 years warranty ana hisense enso edema ade ba ko ya nika ese me eba do refrigerator so makofari nyina bi e de ba chest freezers no makofa bi enso de ba ade ba ko na ese ene no pe microwave ana for blender outdoor hisense akofari nyina e di aba na ade ba ko so mu TV no wo mo compact television wo mo laser television no enso e ho ana afos no say ekobase woto bibia e wo makatia very affordable better of high quality ana tese omoma onsa enso aka entano pay any high sense enso ehwimoma woko Ghana afa na ba bia kama say regions ni nyina no 16 regions no ubenya high sense enso e ho na face your showroom no let me aborom ti woko nkranse ya me pato atimota ane mahe ambassador dansoman ana fe kanesi wudi wani chem e La Paz kaswa wasi small e wotema na afes no wetimi akwa access ye showroom bi wakwa akodi dwuma ama nneɛma nso atumi ayɛ kama ɛde ama wɔn nhyehyɛ wodo nyina so na Kumasi anum sɛ deɛ ɛno ɛyɛ dum na afei tafo Azaria Johnson wobɛnya access wɔ hɔ afei de wani kyɛm okɔfo dia hohoi ana ɛyɛ tamale wobɛsene ɛkɔ Techiman ana afei sunyane wokɔ Western region no yɛ takwa ana afei takwa na access nso atumi abɔ na afei the product no wɔn nsa atumi aka wo deɛ kama nei adeɛ sɛ wokɔ ɛyɛ Kumasi city mu a yɛ showroom no baako nso ɛwɔ hɔ Kumasi a ana afei adeɛ sɛ ɛtano so ɛno nso yɛ de baako nso aba hɔ atasɛm nanya asɛm ketewa kwati wode access asudwom mu wobɛtumi afrɛ no ɛwɔ 030255 0000 na ɔno nso awɛ ado so yɛ paa ɛyɛ promotion mepatɔ Royal Foam atime nka nkyɛw sɛ wɔde student mattress sɛde aba atɛ so to student mattress a ɛyɛ free pillow ana tɛ so ɔmode ɛma adeɛ baako yɛ sɛ saa 4 inches na nka wonim sɛ ne boɔ no ɛwɔ so no sisia no Royal Foam sɛ wɔma tete no nyinaa so wotɔ 4 inches student mattress na ɛne yɛ 350 Ghana pɛ after 3 inches no ɛno yɛ 320 Ghana nti wompɛ wɔ ɛdeɛ pɛ na pɛ adeɛ sɛ Royal Foam ɛse bra na o comfortability ana afei stress free no wɔmo ɛmo ana afei wontumi nya woyɛ very assured sɛ anɔpa adeɛ kyi wɔ bɛwo sɛ wo body no adeɛ sɛ reflection ma nneɛma akɔyɛ ɛdeɛ ma nti woyɛ ɔbaatan na wotie mu wode ba ɛbɛkɔ skul na nyɛ student mattress ɛyɛ a na ɔyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ Royal Foam deɛ no bi nɔmɛ sɛ wo nso wobɛtumi afɛ no wanya dodoɔ ɛtoatɔ no ɛyɛ 0202 271 000 anaasɛ 0202 271 000 na afei so wo ne Royal Foam ɛdi nkɔmmɔ yɛ paa nam ɛno nso atumi ayɛ kama ɛde ama wɔnhyehyɛ wodo nya so maka tɔ sɛ abaatan ne diaper papa mode bɛbɔ mo ma no ɛyɛ Flower Kids baby diaper ɛyɛ Delta People Meal wɔn na makɔ akɔfa de aba wɔn ayɛ no into maximum layers nti sɛ wode diaper no bɔ ɔba no na mpo sɛ bio ɔdwonso kora gu ne ho a ɛnyɛ adeɛ sɛ nwunwunu bi abɛka akɔda na ɛbɛno nom ama kyerɛ sɛ nsuo no nyina kɔdi akyire nti akɔda no bɛtumi anta ama ɔdwuma a wogyi no nso watumi adi wɔ aberɛ a wonya problem bi aside that no so mpakyɛw sɛ wode diaper bɛbɔ ɔba na rasis ɛgu abɔfra de aha wei deɛ ɛyɛ kama paa ata sɛ obiara agye atom nti woyɛ ɔbaetan na wotie me na ɔpɛ diaper papa ɛde abɔ ɔba no ɛno yɛ Flower Kids baby diaper ɛno na mɛkamfo deɛ ma nɔmbɛ sɛ bɛtumi afrɛ so ɛyɛ 0243 053 na afei wanya dodoɔ ɛtoatɔ no ɛnom atumi aboa yɛ paa na Isman Kitchen ana mede wo ɛkɔ wobɛdidi a both continental ɛne local dishes no nyina ɛyɛ Isman Kitchen ana kyerɛ sɛ wobɛnya aduane bɔma paa ɛnso atumi adi na ɔmaduane no ɛyɛ dɛ sɛ wonim sɛ wopɛ ɛyɛ best natural free juice a Isman Kitchen ana kyerɛ sɛ wobɛnya bi okay wonya wɔ adi atiami yie paa ɛne wɔmo ɛma pineapple ana afei ginger wɔn bɛma mango afei wopɛ ɛyɛ mixed free juice na ɛno nso bi ɛwɔ tangerine ɛne orange ne nyina bi ɛwɔ nti ɛyɛ Isman Kitchen ana kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo aduane bɔma paa ɛnso adi na ɛno nso ayɛ kama ɛde ama na wonim sɛ ɛdeɛ promo no abi every day bia no yɛma promo akyerɛ sɛ bɛboa Monday bia no Isman Kitchen so wobɛdidi a na kyerɛ sɛ wopɛ ɛyɛ point and kill ɛno yɛ catfish no wonya baa na kyerɛ sɛ yɛyɛ no kama ɛde ama yɛma wɔn side dish ɛnso ɛde aka ho ɛno ɛyɛ fried rice ebi yɛ jollof rice anaasɛ pankum ana afei yɛbama ɛyɛ fried yam na wode abɔ point and kill no so na ɛtuma yɛ kama ɛde ama every Wednesday ɛne yɛ pizza Wednesday pizza bi a wobɛtɔ wɔ Isman Kitchen no mepatɔ Wednesday bia ɛbɛsa kyɛw another pizza ana afei every Thursday ɛne yɛ banku ne tilapia ɛnti Thursday bia ne wopɛ baabi a wobɛdi banku ne wo tilapia no a wode w'ani kyɛw no ma yɛma banku ne tilapia no yɛbɛsa kyɛw baako free na nea wopɛ bi kora na watumi de akɔ akɔma no a ɛnea wɔmi kɔ no watumi de akɔma no a ɛtumi ayɛ kama yɛ pa yɛ wedding outdoor in event bi na ayɛ occasion bi na ayɛ party bi ana woto wonyɛ obi a ɔbɛyɛ aduane ana watumi de asɛm wɔ hɔ deɛ a ɛyɛ Isman Kitchen ana kyerɛ sɛ mɛkamfo ɛde ama wɔ nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ nyinaa so Isman Kitchen sɛ anɔpɛfoɔ adi kyerɛ mɛ ɛwɔ Kumasi anom sei a Baba Yara Sports Stadium mepatɔ mengate opsi de pɛ ana kyerɛ sɛ ɔmɔ traffic light no aseɛ ana wobɛnya Isman Kitchen nɔmɛ sɛ wobɛtumi afrɛ mɔ ɛyɛ 0265 707070 anaasɛ 0248 865 046 na ɔnso atumi afrɛ m na ɔmo nso atumi aboa yɛ paa adeɛ baako ɛnso yɛ sɛ wunya didi good and pato no ko Franco Trading Enterprise now koji mobile phones kama esanse omo phones omo dia kana ya dia sem kama pa quality atase we use to musampa we use original phones omo di Nokia omo di Samsung and afi iPhones no enso di aba aside that no omo di Franco Smart TV omo di Franco air conditioners aba afi charge freezers ni refrigerators omo di washing machine omo di microwave and afi blender e di aba na Franco say what the CCTV camera enso di aba na CCTV cameras no and na kade nya no ho we benya bi na no so atima camera e di ama na mema refisa baby bia bato market nationwide no e there's a 40% discount and I tell so me the man ti burger Franco say for me sisi akuma senum say be numbers we betumi enso e di o medin command 0245 316 969 and say 0501 525 698 and now also from Jaba HUS in Chaho we benya burger Franco ho afa challenge bu shop we dum and also in Chono me promo bo afa we me the old back na eboso kofo kene dia womani omusudia nimhwe anafe new creatia wobenya Franco Trading Enterprise na wo so atimi ne omato kase na eno so atimi aboaye pama wodumade no so no atimi repair na piva beverages adaro ma piva cola ana mekanfo ediama wodi dwuma bi na wobehia soft drinks piva beverages o madaro ba wo mo drinks o mo dia ba and be ma wo case na kama and wunya piva clover cola flavor wo mo be ma piva orange flavor wo mo tangerine flavor and mo grapes no more cocktail and the yan so be reach omo we be from I was 0550 032 231 na fe we the piva for so din come na fe we do my we know when your soft drinks so no e dia sem na atimi aboye pa amanchi se na akoye kama e dia man na floor tissue dia e super absorbent and on na offices I would do na obi ayi so we himself floor tissue dia obi agi atum se na e fan so ye keke enti oko e office I would obi na obi ayi so we the cleaning and japatics bia we tenti aya na mansa account there wo san e the floral kiss tissue e the ababa tani na yuso wo me the clean na from the wipe mo fa no wo me the floral tissue so the aba na e da moto ya pure white e fragrance free e ma clean experience so e kama and channel pay no me se betime afers no anya do e toton e 0246 426 172 and as 0243 033 na fe wanya e floral tissue ni be na eno so etime aya kama ABC games na do eko makato say yanka say ABCD ya ana yedi ska na ubetu su aye free alphabet pe ada say ubetu su aye mepato aye A ana say B ana say C unya tu su eno ano no unya o free letters na mepato dia obeye yese sika obesa say bi atwa na free 5 Ghana eko ubetumi atwa bi sa to say ubetumi the 1 million computer na no so atima ya kama na say we letters na wa pick no say emu ba ko pe apie ye do ma yabebo sika na wodi etwa na ehon pensa adiama ana fesu se mu mienu epiem a sika na di twa yabebo enwotwe ana fe mu miensa di na piem dia ene sika na di twa no yabebo eye 200% ana se 200 aye time mistake adiama na fe wanya sika doto and the dami samasa eba ne sika dia oba hit jackpot here every Friday bia no eye real jackpot dealer chance ya di man no enu eye ABC games we fall phone na what dollar star 262 has star 262 has now for ABC games no so to make there National Lottery Authority and the stamp na so there susu into no when I na chase was when we ni so e dey che MTN Ghana as men can say free after one no guso trending first 10 minutes yenya 2 we course aka nyina no ay free bon to 60 minutes ni na no ada say other 50 masa ubedin komo sa wuntua hwe MTN say wo ko bi ehia wo pa dia ha ho ano answer we be free after one bi na fe we dey chakos we free after one ko ya sign am 100 megabyte of data now. And also no wait me at the do juma and to phone na what star 550 has star 550 has na after free after one no once wait me and na I come at the amount chicha we do nyasa no pay we matter ba we mo enso ase na good dem no ya dey tell what chicha we do nyasa get some properties na ba saponie was men kan to say e ba na nsase dia we do na edim tintima e o Ghana say pass ye mo asase nto de e na get some properties o no and e be mo asase enso ato and to get some Up Properties to say I'm a pay for the CCA. I was 0541 135 and as a 0249 136 Now what flag gets up properties now on also at Memo and Sasiato. Make us say, would do any chemo or Atonsu high school honma. Make us say 5 acres of land. About us, Yepo be Ediamand Dende, and also the Fed and Abasapon, and a 4 quad Adientema, and your crown pay, and also your 1.5 acre of land. Answer that as Yepo be answer Diamano, and the answer will be Fed and Abasapon. She said now, what my Jew so now, as I see, so demand a litigation fee. Man to send no problem, Biedo, and Yafina Ubenya Langas in Sambia, and what is so more fierce, and Yafina Bushaman to be a fraud demano, a genuine document, and I was and so I can pay, which I may now not to Casse, and then at my boy power, say into rental agency, no Sujumidi, I say, I apartment to be na open high, and as office to be na open Edimujuma, when your warehouse to be Edimujuma, and not what friend and not ban sapon, Kumasia Oko Adako Jatia, and Asantero training gas or Mepato and Seven Kumso, and Ubenya gets up properties, Mepato, Yasay be a one kai, and Afe Ayadoma Hinko, Oko Ayasunyani Pekuma, Ubenya gets up properties, not almost 30 Maboy Paway, and in Mekonia for Frank Pinano pay, Wamoso Elso Yasin, and confirm Asiaka, Yadin Samana Adia Balakata Insure TV, Ubenya Sony be on YouTube Insure TV, not Afe so when Yasoni Biahe, not Etima Kamado comment in the bar, Yabakin Kai Adiama, what is how we do Yaso, not Mesa said the FIFA, and so Katina Din Komakakram, Uko FIFA Katia, reporter about as 29, yes, Brazil Mano, Eco FIFA on your Macro Din Como, yes, FIFA, Omoko Switzerland, and I tell so many FIFA Kosia, now and Koba, yes, Brazil Fondi Koya, 2029, and Ban FIFA Club World Cup now, one person who hosts and so our Brazil, William said the latest one Chelsea, and I tell a trophy now, and so Eco Man and Komaka, if you Brazil for FIFA, Akati Eddie Eba, Jumedia Nano Penny, Eddie Abde Tribi, Eddie Edan, side out in Pato, the Tazon himself Ballon d'Or, and Tenatas, and also Air Tranet and then Aka 10 days a pair, not as a Ballon d'Or, and so started Nano Sweatimia Bonti, countdown Yasasia, Atasia Credit Makatos, 1 day, 22nd. Of September, and there's a Ballon d'Or, and so about Winter, and that's was so wet to me ahead so, and Komaka come and Saka, as Ubaka, transfer window, no, Mabaka so Bonte Macron the transfer. Now, and one bass, at so medical down FIFA, I have Bonte the Daddy and Megalaport, now of Real Nasa, and now Okwesa Kandama, let it cloud be bow. Mepato in Naki Williams, the team, no, I want to not touch our Bonte the call, now yet a transfer deadline on a whole, and a Bonte the paper. Ni say delay kaka ana lati club ni biba o twelete e de koma FIFA say we de omu hwema na nka banta no wo mutimi grant banta say na be ya wo betima ba be sia kan enso e de momesa say document ni de omu ye bibie ewie just say yasi nyama kaka ana delay enti eno da na yasi FIFA e de letter e de ba banta kaka lati club ni biba o say wo manya sansen say banta de de mega report e betima sia kan e de momenti abanta de transfer no enya enso agotuo enom aye around 10 million euros. I know it's got Banten a 3 years contract. And a Banten Kosiakan, and the Amalati Club de Bilbao. And a reporter now no pay make a check a and some Adamawa. They tell me, yes, there's a UEFA Nada Womuko meeting. Now, UEFA meeting Omuko, no more than an ASN could take a decision. So La Liga for let Tomo de Bedomo, some person Omukosiakan, Americano, once and near Barcelona. Womukema, yes, woman if you are well. Woman, so omode Comeka. Now there's a Hard Rock Stadium. Womatimako Kobo game no honor. Once a Madrid. Yes, so much elected about Montesa. Womade Omon Faso. Womade Bicoma UEFA. And Bicoma FIFA. Sanka Bear Pardon FIFA. Some bars are for request nominate La Liga for the Bano. And you can so much because Omani clubs in Ensia. Na no jam. And I said, no, Uko Albania ho. And I tell FIFA meeting. And so Eba so UEFA. And so Mepato UEFA. UEFA meeting rather I want to bounce kwabra report about say UEFA forcing anya de so betima sanse ama Barcelona wo mo enso sa game no enso atima baso mpepe ade so mo tenase ye pe din komo ekwa anim na anya Barcelona nko na omo nsam ekopie ho wan say Inter wo mo ni Como yesi ade say ukom oye Italy wo mo so yesi Como any Inter game bako one person mo so no ebono eye tie anase wo mo mbono ewe Italy wo mbebo ni obi man so eno so mo di kokodan UEFA another UEFA for transfer wo mo sim pempen dia anya de so betimi dia no ye ade ama Barcelona anafe anu ye dia ama Inter anase ene the Italian Football Federation anase the Spanish Royal League no anya de so betimi ade anu ye bia enso ade ama mo sanse wo mo so mo transfer no ade se nsempi ana supporters adiba etanya de so betimi anto de hu komo bia ade ama pempe ebia tire ana mo so ade anu ye de be mo ma eno so atima ba ne reporter me patom free UEFA akati ade eba ewe dwumade so na no pe no media ho Abdel Kakra enso ade edamo na mako Benfica na mako kodin koma kakra uko Benfica reporter eba yese omo so mo ba be ko election na omo election na eba be ko so no president obenya no yesi ko to wodi na ni abu no enso aye Shanking Club wodi ye pass Shanking Club adwuma wa ye no sa ekomate so no na ba na chese Benfica for eto aba de man dia no ba be Benfica omo president ene wodi Shanking Club ana ba be headquarters and say eduma Shanking Club aye no masa anu sa omunya bi Portugal ebe boye pa empempe openya opre openya ni dine adi aye Cristóvão Carvalho one no chese so mo to aba de man dia o he na chese eduma dia obe hese Shanking Club so no ebetima ba be je eduma na waye edi am ma ni reporter na no pe no mensa akana me ko Manchester ekodi nkoma ka Manchester United chese wo mo aba be 3 players bi ho na sa 3 players no am so person mu je mu nyina kwan na empempe dia asa mu nsada ehu mani suye na one player owo ma invite mu akaka aye Manolo Ugarte na Ugarte anyana Manchester for be ka so man to player o ma to midfielder ata se midfielder ni good o ba be bo o Manchester fifi o eniama ya kama busia reporter eba se Manchester se fi January ko sa player we wo ma hu ni modi moya ene ne sama wo betuma ja banta ne kwan enyo no kwa look show eka ho ana Africa o se Enrique Casemiro ana mahu Harry Maguire so entimpato Harry Maguire Africa Casemiro look show ana Manolo Ugarte we pesa Manchester United chese wo ma hu sakre bia pa bia any IS no nesaba we media some players we nyina kwan eno update time saka kani chukwa maka na no dana Chelsea eja Branton so ko Borussia Dortmund na onko saka fama mo so wakwa ko pro de sa ya di ayi di ma Manchester United ya na yazo jamai we ko wan so ko to de honye okwa ko obidum kaka Messi Mount ko ya no ko ya sa de no kani chukwa maka so odu Borussia Dortmund na ono so Branton no report time saka say afe no person omanya bantene tenase no me decide ada say won betima ye ne surgery ana say bia won hia surgery won me say bia bantene ho ebetimi ato na no aye reporter eto dana sa surgery ne kwa no ye say baba so kwa de so many Chelsea sia no many Chelsea sunum edi nkomo say Chelsea nya agree pass abantene no monya ne surgery say ne be bia no won beto ne ntama pato e bia sa de no betima ato da no e de fika ni chukwa emeka akati edi eba e odumade so na no pe no me di update ni bi enso adi adamo na meko Barcelona na Barca sisia no ame so penyane de one porter de ame se amanfo fi se papa oye ndwa papa isa na be also Barca ye Barca sika sema ye sa no wantida etire also Camp Nou kano sisia Camp Nou bibia ye atase na no da kwampo sa Joan Gampa game no mo boy no sa game no mbo no ho sa no mo da ko mo fo no mo kocho mo ade o mo se park no so ne akatima be akatima ka pensa chanso mu gro mu ho asa boys fine na kenim so ade na si anke ba be start league there Barcelona betime sia kan e the new Spotify Camp Nou na so ekote ya ade na maso na ani ase board members bi o mu ntimi nkan de yase o mu sia kukom no o so one reporter in fact we dey mu hwamo ye pa because ade no e maso anu aka am obi atare se ade na maso ama tase wo se date bia maso isia no date mi no se ni nyina maso first one Zwan Gampa game no amaso ana say and league no be start here no so betimi aba eno so sa date na amaso afa kwa de kokwati am say mu game on baba no omni riesi sabada no ekwa mabaso na frado da mba be catch say o masa so mo che invitations ni ade yase mpofo no bi fi say papa we say omu heda di gidie da o kika ne nsam ekono and the way the news portal Camp Nou oya niama no enter say aduma no o atop and team anu ye reporter if the Barca akate edi eba e duma de so na no pe me catch kakra edi adana me call answer training cancer players no my paper no da minya 2 Ben White no da we training here and for Kisa Nogat abante the training no da but William Saliba and no one training Bukayo Saka one so training and training the free house na kate edi eba e duma de so na no pe me dia unsem bi edi adama kato say yeso no live on YouTube no ye Nhyira TV we call Nhyira TV ampato ubenya so ni bia hena atime aya kama wanse sha we do nyaso na me call banta the din edi jelly di jinaruma no new goalkeeper Edema City Boboko no na abanta na kasa winim sam anu anta we the first training Edema City Boboko no akasa tem sampa City na wasane jama mo no na nia die pa na ade ba ko ama na nia je pa say Pep Guardiola coach ya say okasa opel ana say we player na say what is a Pep Guardiola so hian e woni team na tell say what's the cross it say that means we modembo e was the pa that means we ni quarter in fact we are say fena nyina e ba coach so minimum aduma ya emu ba ko ana tell so ni ko ya aduma team ono what is a Pep Guardiola in January ade say ni dream come true e ade na tell say na ni ade pa was a team ba ko wo PSG na no follow Manchester City bobo ko no in fact no follow City bobo ko ni pa and to once ya wa by dia sanya player bia ko team na need shadu no atene trophies ana taso no so ahwe and to once no so ekoi trophies ana taso no so he se betimi aba so kama adiama na fe woni City boboko no enso etimi atoki aya success and teni adia ba ko bompaye so woni City enso badin crew na fe no so no etimi making history ewo Manchester City aye boboko na reporter abanta ni din adi Jenny Donnarumma adi aba now mame ko kudus moment na meaning kuma kakra na yase kudusa ya de bi ona nka so onim se sa de na wa ya ne kamoni be say haram ana so onim se ay abomination ana kudus Mohammed aye yase woko Ireland hon ma ade a team ani dire Tottenham Hotspur ya kan say West Ham United 80 pa ya say we be fit West Ham United na wako na tanfu team ana say team one pen na say memu ba ko yase dia onyo ne wo rival pa na aye manwo kwabna ne ya one dia maba be ka aye Tottenham Hotspur boboko no na governor yase sa West Ham United woko now you player na who be from no make to say anko now ya subra chana chase woko akwabna jomo ba ya na nyasam keto one player kwampo de jame de fo kwampo de yase ade say Tottenham fan ba ko at a point in time yaso ko ponche da bi eno yes abanta de fo yase oko ponche ne kwama chase e wan sam kwampo ba yase fan Lampard the same thing no de man jame de fo wo me the same thing points yase the same thing na chase o me no na eno adam openya ni din ade Andy aye penny and the pen in pato yase West Ham United wo mo supporters group bi o ha nipo mu gum na aye 20,000 kwabna penyi we na chase odanom ana so ade aba bontina ba be kasa Kudus Mohammed nya ready say against West Ham United the Tottenham team no another so be man afọ na ho go so kra bibi bi o me so me di yer bia no me so omo tese omo de be Kudus Mohammed anya says bia e threat na na so bibi sa na bom no say Kudus fa ba e na onye aware say e na mbe huru no papa wa ana afa kwampo no wo mo ma ne enya sunje kwa emo game no ana ofa ba atiatia kwa na omo de be ma Kudus Mohammed and to mo captain say at that game ni dey on get ready e say ade say one man ho anso atini ye pa no reporter if you West Ham akati edi eba e wo dwumade so na no pay no ye preche kakra anso edi ama John Mikel Obi former Chelsea player na wakasa edi afa William Estavao ho what's up or a direct air player wo for boy nya final de call online and for ordinary number for bono so Africa ni ade wo nya ball ni Pacey and say or a Pacey player wo for bono so direct after or the go or the call air post room. There also near pass no belly. There's all ball no osano. Abandon the bomb and I say. And to on the South Banter with few games are ball at the matters in the Nianti the Bonnie pa. So Banter the Trust of course here. MSM Abema Toss Academy pa. Or say all this one. They are not Chelsea. MSC as one many player direct to say I am William Stavano and a Chelsea Enyano and a Chelsea former legend and as a Chelsea legend John Mikelobi and Komaka Kwadi Tuja and a nano player Pretty Ediamo after John Cherry as a Kamobi and Chelsea Anjo Moraska where one of the coaches are when we did your partners a coaching job no we be successful this only players in year one now what I say Opinum I didn't want before my Chelsea young players in Yano when you mean I pay when you mean after na 20 what the boys na say pa eno ana ma obi an so pay na niam ekoye Edman what Chelsea Boboko no was on Ankasa Tama Enzo Maesca invited no no and one year pass on the academy no and so mra me aduma no and you also come obi ata say one only Enzo Maesca aduma ma ye ohu say only the players no village play abia and what do pa or very close inti say player bi kwa bibi hana what player na say and after the players need to me abo pay na ni ni din komo and atasa abo ma Chelsea Boboko no and the man so close ye ediamomo and no ye John Cherry TJT and Komaka Kwadi Eba ewo dwumade so na no pay kakra adi ama Angie Postecoglou new head coach Edema Nottingham Forest na openo adi Komaka Kwadi Aba wasi anka mo bi anta say openya ni de Evangelist Marinakis wono na Chelsea woye ona Edema team managing adi Nottingham Forest so see openo already vision ata say kwa no openya wa say na dwuma na oba be no oba be bo ma Nottingham Forest wo metumi akoma ni ye pa na the reason when to openi kasa semi say central for ekobi say na oba no o predecessor wo bisa na there papa we oba no anyi nkru a wonu benya problem no so o wonu openi na nya encounter kaka won so no ankasa there wasi omuwo no ewo Greece Angie Postecoglou ye wo no Greece but wasi Australia ana tese there say wonu so no ye eba ebetete no enti ama oni openi we in fact omusa ewo Athens nana trophy ana no openi na wo di edema no no ese di nkoma kaka on say da nim ni pi beda wo ba ye we oni ni di ese na nkoma when we say ona no ade wo na nim so trophies ana tese wo na ni so nti wo bai wo di ye pass ono so di ye so wo ye bia no wo ba ya ma tese team no ade ma so timi akoye di amomo ane ye reporter eba wo dwumade so na no pe no ye de kaka enso edi adawo na me pato from Barcelona am the time second as Banter the Pablo Gaviria na ana oni na busa for na entourage no ba Quitata Sportiva no me Barcelona for na babesia na fesu ni pe no ma so me ye ni surgery ana so mo nya ni surgery o ma wu de we no so besia ko Enzo Maresca Chelsea head coach so akasa say Liam Delap said officially Chelsea communicate say 10-12 weeks ana Banter so betimi e dia tena fie eno so nkoma kakra eba awo dwumade asu ne Manchester United so say say na ba say omo mo Champions League omo mo Europa League omo mo Conference League enti time Chelsea for about Champions League no anytime be ombenya no mo anso ba say we metumi anso abo European friends say na be betumi ama Manchester United etuma Germany so na o ma Germany mo so na fe o me the big side no anso etumi de sia na yankoba kakra etodwa e woduma de so we so ana mi jira na fe so crofo ama so sabri na ya di nyina e di ese I ensure you number one can radio station dia sentiment nyina ati edi atumini ntikwabena bibie no ade a ene ma me mfa nkofo ma so sem no enso ensi hanum si
okay 10:31 in Shawanzo 4.5 join live ewo in Sha TV YouTube no oba subscribe jumadi no na anytime be aba live and wenya notifications ya ba na so etimi aba be hwe ye nto so mfa mom LIVESTREAM na modikan atene nkasa odien eko amanene no Fifi Manfred ha Sansana Bismarck owusu Bempa Ayala ono so ha obeto mi nyina nka ewo jumadi no so bra yede the Friday edition of Nhyira Guitar Passport jumadi no at the Ebremba mami myself say obeso kosua de awa abruchire obeso ko PhD and I'm masters but what pra the baby why you batase o shedanya obia obetimi do tu ayesa kwan no problem mami nkamfo IDP Education Ghana and from Mount Obakroma dia on the leader and answer the leading international education organization I'm so Ghana ha. But I'm the Ghanaian students bebre na tu kwan. I'm PhD and a masters. Na fidia yen say Yeye Expo awo aye Kumase. Na dwumadie no shall on Monday 22nd of this month. And a dwumadie no abakoso awo aye Golden Bean Hotel ho. And a dwumadie no ebaso na de tell say oko countries be to say US, Canada, UK, Australia. Yade ahono universities akese pa no. Yede mun pedifo Ghana ha nyame adoma. Eye 22nd dwumadie na say na amonso de maba be hia no didi nkomo free counseling, information about tuition fee and application requirement. And I say in fact anyama bebre questions and answers are bia bibia chewa dwen bia no betu abusa pedifo no na amonso ai bibia kama adiamanti PhD no eno masters no mpacho IDP education Ghana babuawo ama also after this expo no your registration abetimi akoda onso akwakusua wade de obaya no so de bracket and just register na also a part of dwumadie no me pacho ubetimi abeseti awo idp.com and also betimi register this number a free 0553173346 na on the IDP education Ghana and so any and come rush and drink and I make comfort them on no pay say oh sorry bia ayanu be san se betumi aboa ama onso no the money ni na adwuma bia baby an omre adwuma no bia adwuma den but your adwuma bi won ma den no credit da wa na waka enti adwuma bi tisem mo amuta two form say so ho men kasa nya adwuma ya adwuma but den enti e ba sa ohia a rush energy drink na eno so timi aboa ama the moon adwuma baby na no onso onti baby a ewom caffeine wom sanso energy wom timi kanfo rush energy drink adiama se no bi ne betimi aboa ama onso no bibia aye kama adiama Alaska Star Enterprise o pese o siesie o dema me pacho aye Alaska Star Enterprise adentina me se ko niama mienu de di kan omniama no oma na kofa de bantibode da fom ba sade obotom tie bia obetimi wura ho akota de ho eniama number 1 number 2 and say so Alaska Star Enterprise now kotadia now when the quality now the compare the competitors out to say nyamenu ko Alaska no ne niema kama and a bonus so at that from it is all blank curtains, wallpaper, echo panel, bedside lamp, sofa cover, decorative air watches, plastic wardrobe, carpet, artificial air grass. In fact bibia this say them any office say oben FM I see you answer them on kasa mo show YouTube no ayefe papa design nyama no dodo na no efi Alaska Star Enterprise enti ko na onso dem be fe kama open bedsheet ani na no kwa on sabetimi akabi komase yewo adum Mrs. Anoche Plugs anima boss from side ho na yewo enka na wa obako aye circle titolin ho na yewo me patcho friend awo 0256330075 na mo no mo eni eyan komano pay opomuden hu sam etesen enkoye hu yade ya papa sa bi tiam sa yade ya o yare ya papa enti anopay chronic diseases be etese diabetes OBP or liver and a problem abaho sanso and edranimna untimi and infections how make am for campus herbal misha and adiama campus herbal misha at here for the attendance say a bibidro we bronin sanim so yene anu brain and e de niama kakra dia fremu a onoma tumi San Pedro no etu yade ase pa nti make us all call Fred Benz Colinac Gilgo Pharmaceutical Santase and koko no breku me ho na no okwa edro ni bi awo ho me pa to friend awo 0245455740 na munomo eni eye enkomo no ento so kama pa mayenko boase IMSEC Mining and Engineering Training School amatiti ni pa bebre me ka say dodo na omomwuramu into construction omowuramu omoso omwuramu into eye mining omoso awuramu obi anya adwuma oyɛ school no etiefo unim so wusua de akra no na lekesa sase babra nye no nya adwuma aketewa no so koyie pa enti 3 months ana wodi kosua say they see etwi eye forklift excavator dump truck roller bulldozer backhoe nom nyina no ubetimi asua wodi ni 3 months na wawie epato registration fee no eye 200 cedis na onso etimi ede ayo registration kama pa yewo oboase zongo high sense board in nature mo pe na isok yewo mpato friend na ni common ntroso 0539 732 766 ufra chichiri na oba oboase abesua dia me pato di problem oba hostel no efi umpewe na opedien enti onso kwai na ekosua dia kama pa mayenko 3p garlic mixer we eya bibidura ye de garlic na ye garlic de mienu na nim se garlic de ebi an scent no na ha na mani padodo na eni se da garlic de say ade pa ya de bi to say stroke na how asthma odun so a obre me pa cho oba ko afikyira na wa ya se eya oya umi system na ye mre enti utikura ya oya na de wato fom untimi kura nkono akoye adwuma sanso ena wa akese bebre obesa osotia me kanfo 3p garlic mixture ena diama na no pe ko dani heba misty colinac apidanka oso pedro na e de garlic ena ye no eye 3p garlic mixture e bi dro kan ena me kanfo enso e de amount 248928824 na money omo eni eye enkomo ye de omat perfume mosquito coil ena etwa to awo ye first batch nim na omat perfume mosquito coil no ate for the ten say aye niam miensa de di kan oso siw dem a emadem o ehwam de atoso mienu na dwuma pa pote ye na mebeka kire no ekum tontom etuntuntum o stubborn said de ya so omat perfume mosquito coil esiw dem ho etuntun ontimi ntina dem mpon ankampese wababa be kaw akofa problem bia enso etimi ediamantimi kanfo dia ma obia utie show ina no pen ana enuse na efi ano ban smoke no eye kitikiti on chada kra hu se enuse no eba etu be ne mpendo do na no ye okọ ni bu abeso su dem no ade be chi no anya kata because enuse na ano den ana kọ na kasanso ano den tu bon sa ma uti enso ya me pato mate de kitua bi amadem homum ena eye hwamti also ho bon ho ban e de free eye ntontomo de a me kanfo omat perfume mosquito coil ena ade amao ene anopei u pedodo tu na wakwa akoto ana opebi ayisu a okokoma se adum family plaza on sabeti akabi ena enkan depo no ewo ashoman ena techimansi no eye ade a ye depo ni bi ewo ho 0557484083 Fifi Manfred. Kofi, good morning.
Mr. Smith, Donkor, good morning.
What you want to say?
Nyamiadom. Me hoye.
Oh, Nyamiadom. Me hoye.
And the friend say, and can you ever say, and that's super pepe.
Impassive.
Impassive, yeah. No, we didn't know for heat out the room. You are very fine.
Impassive.
But also, we are for heat. I did a call home for we don't down for heat.
So, a bottle of Ubiam Habib.
What I say?
And I read. Why do I baby on you? And we'll be a mouth. I told you,
and Dr. Kobe is a fee. Richard don't know the man or to the one to the man. Don't know what's running for alcohol. Show us the man or Kazakasa. Would you wouldn't Rich football is club football
is back.
It's back officially. And your best chance when you're another international break game next month too. It has a day so the man you break it.
Internationals they have doors.
FIFA some reducing.
Okay.
To I think we have September, October. Then the next one is going to be in March. I think they want to reduce it. The number of windows no more. Send a umbrella competitions no. Rich, as a man, you know, what is the one thing that Obeka say a drive you like they say me person me man too broad and yes sir. But what's the one thing now? Ubeka say Uda sorry bia. You find say since a junior. What's the one thing that's in your head say baby Uda sorry it keeps you going maybe our break. Maybe our yare. But Ubesa bet na AC mu awo na ebo kwampa ohresi you still not with him. What's that one thing that keeps you going?
Me pesca.
Sika. But who say sika no?
No, me some chese me pesca. And as you cannot tell them,
exactly.
You need to work.
Exactly.
And I love our listeners.
Exactly.
It means me I come from Belgium.
Exactly.
I want to work.
The listeners bit is there. But make us say, who's this Sikano Krano? Say you are follow retarded. In a day, say now, and I make a chase and do in a day, any upon maybe for us, you know.
Maybe.
And any I met it one my bob 9, 10, so me say me Ricky Bob, me be me and Zemi Penam. No mako to be kebab. Any Jane any boku. No marry. That is all. Look at Cassian, it's no problem to 100 Ghana. India. So you realize that you can't get people most of the time saying for your
family.
That's what I wanted. Family. And rich. And now Lamine Yamal had an interview. And it is what is on the front page of Sport. Most of those papers have picked it up. Rich. Lamine said something in that interview that touched me to the core. And it reminds me of what and why BBI sorry and Opasi Epesi Ekoyejuma. It's essentially about family and nothing else. That is why he said in the surround of power, you be Daria factor there, especially when you be a war background there. Then it's about the children you brought onto the earth. Everyone made you but ebi adi ani ma ni ayama no ni ani papa ayama no omudi le peja ko bi pempen so bi ti no obiso yi bi mani pa me rich and Lamine Yamal in some of our interview he moved me and I'll read it to you. When I read it you understand where I'm coming from. Omo bisa Lamine Yamal say I want to say what to fie amane maame and was say no cre on buying his mama house I say I asked my mom about the area and told her area burn up so tell
so you say one day my father one
yes
so there one casa scrane
he now
also trying
yes
Praku estate Trazaku
Denyame
gone Denyame
but
catch on them to them
yes also be animal
mama brand ho
you understand
that's me go do fi mama na da
you understand
obetwa ko bi so me do fi asa no ada
nti 50 cedi now be ni kenye problem but ni idea abro no ho fa no se wunya bibuma no ebia okra ko na oni sika bo ho se wo mani sika ebia junior school fees ekeka wo ni anka o chen mami so bisa ni mama say sa Barcelona ko mo no ehin no to opefie na ehin on ka che no so bisa ni mama say wie no no bisa say which one do you want mama che ni so be efie no pe tech no say efie be na ope ebia ope 3 bedroom ope 5 bedroom semi detached ope pool and ope garden one chain
mama shira na kasa
yeah na ope
yadinya we scared do
I tell you money is good what's what beside mama and I say finally near Ottoman mama no it had everything she wanted for everything she wished for and she goes on and says that she is my queen the most precious person to me and I just want her to be happy. I see my little brother enjoying the childhood I always wished I had, and it makes me happier than anything else. I wish my father at peace. I see my father at peace in his home, and my grandmother calm in hers. That's all a child could ever ask for. Lamine Yamal Ibanez Nazraoui. He is fine because I told them money.
Dream.
Yeah, me ketuano. And now fe na toys bi na me toy asay na ma me toy na dad Debi. The because the papa no cry any papa no. The man can decide to be out of him like ketuano life. He will take care of his brother. If you are seeing papa at peace. In fact, in the interview, he goes on to say, "Emre bi do ye. Almost starve any papa. E ka ke tu ebi ko ku be almost starve any papa no." Na ni cousins na so because that no ni grandma na moneti. No mama na ko no. Until say the papa friend catches and one turn on, he was not happy. Rich, yesterday when I saw that quote from Lamine Yamal describing his mother as his queen. Rich, if you have ever had anything close to a single mother, you understand.
Sure.
Even if not just single mother cry, if you say your mother is trying, who can know how mommy? Rich, okay, Grace. Your mother is no.
Goofy.
Yes, you cowboy battle. Yes, you are the ability of course school with Kaitaka, the international, the course school be senior, say we know be a corner pie my budget. Then one of my police reserve, me free up on science to me, mama, be sure be tia pie. Can you imagine? Can you imagine all of these things that these women go through, right? Yes, even if maybe we will not be able to buy a house today.
Sure. But I mean, why? And
it's open football. Trust me, this should be very inspirational to you. Say that you lose with my baby. Maybe out there, young man, maybe out there.
Queen.
Oh, it's my mom.
Oh, okay.
Currently, my queen is my mom.
Okay. Until
Obi take you over.
Something changes.
And then Obi take you over.
Obi Baba.
Obi take you over.
Someone take over.
Yes.
I see. And
take over.
And then Niparo is special.
Oh, yeah, very special. Very, very special.
Okay.
Hey. Rasta man, we can't do a special
meet me here.
Love you.
Send a baby, you bet me I had the energy as well.
And then problem.
And I say, I know what. So, Bianca, actually, wow, but we'll be taking about it. How much for you? I'll be taking how much for me.
It's fine.
Sure.
Zambia Alonso and Nhyira, I think the last couple of days, Madrid Fono and Spain, and on my list of coach of the month, player of the month. Rich, Zambia winning coach of the month. And I think it's deserved, right?
Sure.
Nhyira, Sociedad for any players, any be any coach who said this economic body Real Sociedad at Anueta. And almost players no say, what have they seen, especially with their coach, about Xabi? And a coach can say, and I liked it. Or since on no status or analyzes Xabi Alonso team, you know. I did back when we say the intensity of Madrid team, you know, pressing, winning the ball back and stuff like that, you know, has increased. And the new team, he sees the Madrid team here, a new team as compared to Carlo Ancelotti team. You know. Everything very honest. This is a Madrid team that's improving. Me catch you the last time say, I am impressed with Xabi not because I'm impressed because Olivier son of the managing Madrid team is saying, which dropping Vinicius Junior to the bench, no, for Kwao. It is because he wants the best out of Vini. You can see that immediately Vini came onto the field, he came to impact the game. And then ocean players are in Europe, minutes per goal and goal involvement. Vini and Kylian Mbappe are there. Again, the decision making to understand that you don't particularly need Rodrigo Goes, Vini and Mbappe in one team, and you probably have to sacrifice one to get a team going. You know, was a smart one. What they did was very, very good. So the Franco Mastantuano Babeshim, no Mastantuano, I had off the ball job at Jumano, you really ball on the back, you turn over possession, you Jumani cover ground. It has been a good decision. Ada Gule, Federico Valverde, he has been very good in Madrid at getting the results from there. Even at centre back, which Madrid were never going to get balance at the back with Rudiger and Militao. Both erratic. And I say, well, last season with Akapa. These are two erratic centre backs. In the centre back conversation, you need one calm. I don't hear the cat profile, and you need one as the dog profile. You need aggressive, and the Wrighton fits the cat profile. Whilst Abenchefe and Antonio Rudiger are now the aggressive in the back, and Madrid are getting it in that direction. Now, Rich, is it the year for Kylian Mbappe? What will numbers?
Oh, Stati, pa.
It looks as I don't know how.
And Mbappe na ni mo PSG.
Yeah.
I feel the ehuni and even Kofi. The first season no cry na man for so Mbappe na the way is who no PSG no as Obama Madrid above from no. Numbers.
Yeah.
So it tells you that this season
goal contributions 40 anymore.
And no wonder say now you be say you so you be the face of Real Madrid
team. This is the automatic.
Numbers in the car. Mbappe on Bob Bubuta.
Also no Gina was here no dreaming of World Cup in 2026. I saw the France Kokoji. This weekend Nyame and Mots now we analyze the Madrid versus Real Sociedad game no and then they are just in Titihon. Abertia, your friend Oriental Many has also been very good for football club Real Madrid. It looks as if you are saying, Rich as Mbappe is now leading the pack as the face of Real Madrid. And maybe Vini is understanding that he can also play a supportive role and based on the performance, automatically you become the main guy or the second guy. It's all for the good of football club Real Madrid over the weekend. Remember against Real Sociedad, as I've been saying, so I give you a bit of power. Madrid versus Sociedad are weird and water. I'm actually in bed, but tomorrow we'll do the analysis for you. And now I'm about the update of Chelsea for 74 charges. Now, and yet they will sanction Chelsea. Whatever happens, Chelsea will be sanctioned. Who say these charges? No, Chelsea declared reporting on UEFA in the European level. And UEFA for no Chelsea a financial sanction, which is £8.6 million. And no Chelsea try. And UEFA's explanation was that any chrono quote and unquote out of ball boy. I didn't see here before them. And almost also now or paper ever reporting UEFA for. So then they can't really fault the club and their current owners too much. It is going to happen. Premier League for them Shiba and now Chelsea are waiting for the possible sanction from them. Say Ebeba not Chelsea for the sanction. What we are hearing is Chelsea for one say still. We say before static so you Chelsea 10 points. Chelsea are hoping that it's not going to be a sporting sanction. Say they have Chelsea 10 points, 20 points relegation. We are hoping that will not happen.
And then compare
109.
Thank you. You ever sorry one day Chelsea got championship. Yeah.
Can we say
Fidano. Come on, told I can't say.
Uganda.
Uganda is Susa. They talk out the fear. Shut down, consider talk a sea part of Kunawi. There's a good championship.
Now they're proud of Boston.
Even Nani took me home. What champions?
And I'm now champions.
From the world to the championship. What number Kakobo? Next time, when you come about Premier League, maybe ma. More chrono.
And who is it?
Two players are not man they declare.
Who is that paying? Miguel Delini reported said there are some English Premier League executives are. They are not happy. Say sanction you for the match Chelsea, too small. One argument say, Chelsea. Whether new ownership or old ownership, Chelsea benefited. One maybe I will care for.
Which I agree with them.
Of course, I know you will agree with them.
Coffee. What you bars and twinching. As some are you for okay. At the end, when the benefit.
Of course, Chelsea did benefit.
That's it. But so say Roman Abramovich said the new owners who Chelsea at the end of the day no more benefit here. But it's a sanctions be about. Chelsea na some you punish them.
But Chelsea is in new hands.
So
Metiasiel, you auto club, auto assets, ni liability. But then Chelsea is in new hands. I think they so almost share on that side. Chelsea are expecting say they will get a financial sanction on 74 charges. No, I don't pay. Enzo Maresca had a pre-match press conference. The Chelsea be about Brentford Saturday anyway. And after that, Rich games at Chelsea be about and also about Brentford away. About Bayern Munich away. Rich first Champions League night for majority of the Chelsea players away at Bayern. Then after that, they come back and come and play. I think either Manchester United away. Then Lincoln FC into this is it. Oh, I see. Brentford away, 8 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. Ghana time. Bayern Munich away, 8 p.m. European time, 7 p.m. RC time. Manchester United away. Hey. 4 games away from home.
Brentford.
Very much.
Na Brentford is a. Brentford is a player, Papa Beno.
Oh, but it says it's still continuation.
If you say home players, Papa Nako.
Which BBC.
Yeah, fine, Buemo. We also call Newcastle. Who on bet him? No be any hobby.
Bounce on yes. Okay, well this
is. It's some game you say. What is one stadium? I'm young, I'm farmers and ma.
I'm also losing to Sunderland.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, grounds work back. Me scanning the
interesting thing with the Brentford Chelsea game when they say the current Brentford coach, which is Keith Andrews, no, or no, and Chelsea for tactical statistician Bernardo Cueva in charge of set pieces, no, Obe replace, no. Now Obe Kaya, the season prior to when Bernardo Cueva joined Chelsea, Brentford has scored the most goals in English Premier League. It's last season. Keith Andrews before so Obe the main coach at Brentford, no, as the tactical statistician or the set piece coach, no, on my Brentford considering just 4 goals in English Premier League from set pieces. It only considering the least goals from set pieces. Now, the most interesting thing is that, Rich, BBC say a starting season, you know, Chelsea has 7 goals. 7 goals now Chelsea has shown. And 5 have come from set place. And to Kaya, the game against West Ham, Chelsea scored 2 from set place. There has been another one also against Fulham and also from set place, including penalties, obviously. And Rich, they are attributing it to Nipa, current Brentford manager, Mary Plesino, your friend Bernardo Cueva. So BBC says that Ochina Brentford game, the Cueva versus Andrews in the battle of the set piece gurus. Brentford, what will be a minimum set piece. But obviously, it is true that Chelsea was slightly an upper hand in that regard in terms of some match. No? On my updates on Kopama, also called training and Nankwa. Any day, Kopama training, half training. Now, South America, phoning number be too late. It's a possibility that they may not play. Rich, and one more definite time for the return of our branch here, friend Liam Delap. According to Enzo Maresca, Liam Delap will return in 12 weeks. 12 weeks. And Liam Delap, Ebeba, as a Chelsea player, what it means that Joao Pedro Maguimo would have to take up the mantle and probably get the results from there for Chelsea Football Club. That's exactly what in terms of the games that have a interesting ones. Now this you can also be
Man City for no. Oh, I don't know more less than on players normal program.
But players when your players are
oh Kofi. See.
Right, check your price and your
Check is a starter.
But checking your player on behalf of
Mama Mush starter.
Mamush yeah, senior.
Mamush obo.
Bamba Mamush yes play Prayer City baby.
I'm coach not to bench no. Guardiola. We're playing in advance. On yes, we are more catching. Pep. I will put a star. Oh no, this was easy piano. Kukuno.
Charlie.
Ever show me, ever show. Ever City.
Okay.
You are going to beat them.
What?
You're not pep tune na. I'm not to only overthinking there will be any.
I think just a little into home in terms of what has gone on.
Minimum sir, if you start with our preview and mention amount for the reason why I think Manchester United will beat our noisy neighbors. And
now we come with you. Umar Abdurrahim, Man City, was sending a message.
What's he saying?
So no conversation called 100,000 to Roma. So Man United to Misha
100,000 saying.
Maybe
$100,000.
Ghana cedis dollars no $100,000 for US or. Let's go to Ghana. $100,000 is go to Yapuchiri.
It maybe also the 2 mami and also
say ask him if he can bet 100,000 cedis just for first win for City.
Like on the me bet.
But you know
on the 100,000 to
so. It is a movie.
It is a winning and magic.
100,000.
On send this kind of Ghana, Pancho.
We all come for the journey.
If you baby again,
I mean, a story. But 100,000 cities, you bet $10,000.
Yeah.
Uma,
Kofi, somethingなんせめでいびちゃう。
I want to tell you.
US いびあのめちゃう。
No.
I can't cross man 145.
Okay.
One ship at the end.
You know, 100,000.
I'm the 45 as well. Who's it? Your friends say?
Umar Abdurrahim.
I'm not church.
Umar Abdurrahim
20.
ya jiri sikeni
akwa majima ni Ghana e do on first can remember
you hear say amori na ko adwuma
ye be adwuma no
but
and K-Wise, I say, you guys are making my day already. Thank you so much. I really enjoy your show. Donkor Bismarck, I say, why is it always about the mothers? Meanwhile, fathers work all their life for the family. Maybe I hear you say, don't tell a story. I say, I don't understand my story.
It doesn't even have to just be your mother. Say, oh, mommy, I'm fine. Oh, papa, I'm great.
And you say, be a papa, no man, you, but me, mommy, awesome. Ekutano kra aneshene numa obi
oyama
so wudi no na
Charlie
sa na maame te nti bia so otisa me ka me maame asema it's not like ebia akokra no so anya na famu de ono so ye ne de eba e de ya say nti ehonsam no and ko vi fa code ni to dana
me maame nya ne fast ka say obetime take screenshot am sure take na me need time mebo boss on 10 pound amount BW1097 D2DF. Next one here BW1097 BCFE. Next one here BW1097 AFB5. Which now can take his screenshot.
Okay. Yeah, told you, Median is 104.5. Decent media. In fact, I love the two of you. You make sports listening feel like entertainment. God richly bless you both of you. This is Kodo Dani. Accra Usu, God bless you, Fifi and Richardo. Yes, so ye dasipa na Bismarck Usu Bempa Ayala Eba. No so atwaso dia man na all be ready about kopet mention and check about kopena Ayala and Trosso and family from Nana P phones and accessories. Me se phones no ta original and koto phone o baby keke. Obu on mo kokru ba call ya phone shop bia no rawo. Let me koto phone me sell. Wan ya be kofi no be kwa kusu. Nana P phones and accessories there. Original phones, Samsung, Nokia, Tecno, Infinix, and case tablets needing an original and not yet tongue. And the amount bonus of the phone book. William says, say, yeah, the Senex product I become home. Now, Senex product, you know, you're on the TV, refrigerator, you're on the air condition, and the washing machine in the Senex product. And in Pacho, na. Comment see a doom also connaît no mon contenance. Unu say, oh no, kono si kan so kra yama okwan. Ali so de 50% dia ka no. Ye best ready dia ma na onso no. Otua no kakran popim se obetua e dia wie. Yen promotion nso gusu a ekoso. Me pacho before obekọ with the 50% no. Make sure say o de Ghana card. Ghana card. E dia account se na be a eno e na e be di ejremu no dia ma na onso otimi. E dia tuatua eye wakana kama pa to ade me ncho ade be a branded t-shirt, cash coupon of air 5,000 and many more in the orekodo awdana P phones and accessories. Come and see a doom 1 eye asida house cousin media ho on sabetu aka doom 2 eye obi budget building him opposite the Prudential Bank and a doom 3 eye pizza to na akwasi agema building him also dana P phones and accessories ya ho me patroni ani nkomo our 0533093422. Mo kan mo ko Madina Zongo Junction. Also yawo Bismarck Osu Bempa Ayala. Good morning.
Good morning.
Bibi aboko de.
Oh nyankopa.
Anope de minimum hankameka so free USA be ni.
Oh sir. Na
the American burger pa.
It will interest you to know say. And no man ehye me nyina wo kan wasem no. Kotoko THB ni o ma.
Really?
Oh yes. It is waga THB. So me danu machima wo camera na THB.
Yeah.
So ni mu anu ka THB.
Yeah.
Enti omo pe THB yo no na to no. Enye only kotoko jesis no. You can dress very very sharp with THB and your man. Baby I told THB no money na rich. Sa no mo we no mo to bi e wo ho. Enti wi ni mpa bo ni fi mu a. Bi aka ni nyina kotoko sponsors omo lifestyle ni omo ni
look sharp.
And they said they want call ebi a Barcelona shop na to mo Lacoste to mo ebi a omo NBA jersey say prepare if you down on top ni nyina rich THB and omo nti omo say my sapa nso obetimi enya bi ahye ewo ho nti yes nice one who are the so kama super bi ata ubenya bi ato kama rich you get the discussion going na normal I know so ye bebo bosso I think say you need more information about Nhyira the football association or charges are or the ball Chelsea 74 charges no. Now, Rich, the revelations now urban. A question, and yet for the name of Chelsea. But I think say Chelsea as a club and so the good thing and say, Rich, this current ownership no, they've prepared for movements like this because they knew it was going to happen. That is the complications, and you're good for a club to go through charges, we say. But the good thing, and say, the current owners of Chelsea, Rich, not Oma preparing him say, and then we say, Ebeba. Now, Semekasa, what I must end up and make a was him. Rich, in May 2022, and a Todd Bully, and a clearly consortium, no, at all Chelsea, if you woman are born of a kinsam. Now, after a revelation, I must say, also Omoto Club, no, 2.5 billion pounds. Rich, time Omo exchange documents. Now, Obia Shem no my own due diligence, and son of my Chesicano. And now, you said Todd Bully, the clearly consortium, no. Omo usual books in no Musa. Books in there are some Rebecca said discrepancy. You have Sikasem no, the way I report to a books in yes, and no maybe too silly, and no maybe it's so ye. Rich anti a sad time no. And a Todd Bully, any clearly for the chair, Roman about the motor club never want to say. Out of the 2.5 billion pounds no Michian. Almost 100 million. Na omodi to nchen se ne be ya eno no mo hwe na esisusu no se daachi bi se de ho charges bebo omo a they will have money enye omo na omo ye enti no enye omo na omo no boto sika no tia eye sika na ye tia for se ye dey talk club no eno mu bi ye tia to ho na daachi asamba ye de se sika no akwa kotua se fine e bebo ye de be for lawyers o ye be ye bibia enti rich. Right from May 2022, and I told Bollywood had planned for a net the air consumer. Now, since Nhyira information by Rich, there are 3 players. Omo pan the media na boom mudi say omo transfers no in some way effort for a whole pa. Number 1, I tell my Chelsea Eden Hazard from the French League Lille Ediaba. Number 2. And there's also more North London in there, especially Tottenham for Rombobosi. Because Rich, time of William ever England, we knew he was going to Tottenham. And when Chelsea fast for Omo hijacking is how we are, I'm on the side my home. Rich, say that no room, and to William Esoka home. Then the third one, to me, the greatest player to have played from the African continent, Samuel Eto'o. And so Eddie no eka. Now Rich, Eddie na discrepancies no, Eddie na trend, Eddie no who e books in. No me so mo change and say over negotiations are a course between Chelsea and the clubs na no to some players we free now. Rich, apart from sika omutia ma clubs no eto kwade enkwade na a free transfer any ade. Apart from sika legally na also omutia for players no. Rich, there were some monies in this one. The same transfer subject, Emma Chelsea, HGS, Kebi, to offshore companies, be account to me. Edema players, a family members, be Edema agents, phobia. Omo are notify and I say, Oma account for our Chelsea books in them. Until you know what you see. Apart from legal security, you talk Chelsea, you talk at the other field. You might live for some maybe 35 million. You might 35 million. but saa transfer naa no rich yɛtie sika bi ɛde ato offshore account bi mu yɛka offshore ne sɛ yɛka company ɛni kuro nim yɛtie sika bi ato mu yɛtie sika bi ama player na yɛtɔ no n'abusuafoɔ ɛde yɛtie sika bi ama agent of the player na anaso mo yɛ involved in the transfer saa sika na yɛtua extra ne nyinaa no yɛyɛ accounting of say yɛato player wei
yɛankapcha sɛ aska no
simple
ɛsɛ ne deɛ clubs will be bi
simple
mo kɔfa name sɛ mtuatua bi wɔ akyira
sɛ yɛnkyewa yɛsɛ kurɔfoɔ no de akyɛ no sɛ yɛnkyewa wɔasɛm no ɛndɛ deɛ nti rich these are the levels of nneɛma a ɔmo sɛ ɔmo huiɛ na sɛdeɛ no a mekaeɛ no rich ɛyɛ tɔrbo yi ne clear lake foɔ naa ɛna tam fouls no ɛde kɔm a FA ɛde bi ma Premier League ɛde bi ma UEFA sɛ masa munso mu na munji o yɛto club no nneɛma a yɛhunie sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ daakye bi sɛ moba sɛ moayɛ hyehyɛmu awie ne yɛdi fa a momfa mmɛka sɛ yɛn the new owners no ɛna yɛyɛ saa adeɛ no yɛbɛtoo so and we are reporting it to mo sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛn nsa ho nyinaa ɛbɛwɔ hɔ but rich the fact that tɔdbɔyi ɛne clear lake foɔ no ankasa na ɔmo report ɔmo ɛnkyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ chance kuo no ɛna sɛ ɔmo ɛyɛ duty a ɔmo ɛbɛdi for there is no way because rich okɔtɔ adeɛ a you will inherit the assets you will inherit the liabilities no ɛnso so ɛnyina ɛwɔ hɔ so these are the explanations a ɛbɛtumi aba ɛyɛ no korɛ sɛ Chelsea bi fa which sɛdeɛ nkyɛmu no ɛkɔ no ebi a wɔn na bɔn bɛtumi ɛyɛ saa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a financial rules bi te sɛ financial fair play bi te sɛ profit and sustainability rules no wɔn bɛnya kwan bi wɔn bɛfa so wɔn ɛdɛ wɔn bɛbu afa ho na wɔn de akɔ wɔn anim rich sɛ woyɛ saa wɔ amanɔne a ɛyɛ bɔnne kɛseɛ paa wɔ football mu ɛne the way a wɔn bɛ sɛ wɔn sanitize ɛkwan yɛn fa football ɛmbɔ koro no eti deɛ Chelsea ayɛ no so wɔn gyi tum sɛ wɔn ayɛ bɔnne a yɛba bɛte an independent commissioner ɛbɛtena Chelsea asɛm no so sɛ 75 charges nyinaa bɔ wɔn a ɛyɛ independent commission no ɛna ɛbɛkyerɛ punishment a yɛmfa ɛmmɔ Chelsea rich punishment no ɛbɛtumi ayɛ sporting ɛbɛtumi ayɛ non-sporting yɛka sporting punishment a yɛka punishment a ɛbɔbɔ kuo no direct in terms of ɔmo football no ɔmo bɔ no sɛ yɛatew points yɛama transfer ban ɛno yɛ sporting sanctions nti yɛbɛtumi ate Chelsea points yɛbɛtumi ama ne transfer ban non-sporting punishment no ɛnso so ɛyɛ fine sɛ o deɛ mo yɛ yɛn no mo bu mmira so yɛ fine no mu sei na rich clear lake for ne say asɛm yi baa yɛn no ɔmo afa financial experts ama ɔmo ahyehyɛ ɔmo books mu asa yɛ lot of reviews na ɔmo susu sɛ efiri da ɔmo de fa ne kɔma ɛfifoɔ no nukuri ne nyamia nim nie ɛnsawɔso bi a ɔsɔ mu na ɔmo di bia no ɔmo ba ɔmo bu ɔmo books mu ɔmo wɔ hɔ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo nsa afa document ɔmo ɛka ho na ɔmo de abɛka ho enti ɔmo wɔ anim sɛ ɔmo di ɔmo wuni ɛwɔ asɛm nim no yɛmfa punishment bi a ɛyɛ too heavy on the new owners no so for instance yɛn ni yɛbɛso Chelsea kuo no mpempe yɛn ni ekuta club no adi ti na ɔbɛti yɛyɛ points for money a yɛyɛ ni yɛyɛ sɛ sika na ɔsi yɛn twa as fine deɛ yɛn ni kaati 100 million kura to ɔdada sɛ
yɛ ready say
ɔmo bɔnni na ɔmo yɛ yɛagye ɔmo sika yɛ yiri tua saa deɛ no eti
which is a smart move
yes eti Chelsea mpanyinfoɔ na expecting sɛ ɔmo bro kakra bɛ wɔ because of how ɔmo di no korɛ ɛwɔ asɛm nim na punishment no akɔyɛ fine which they have already set aside sika a ɔmo ɛbɛtumi ɛde atua ɛwɔ hɔ nti rich I think ɛnɔɔma yɛ very very clear with this issue no nti ɛbɛyɛ how a ɛnɔɔma bɛ si akɔ in terms of the punishment ɛne nɔɔma
I just say ɛnna ɛdi ano to me wei deɛ mia wei deɛ mesɛ yue fafoɔ ɛne ɛfifoɔ ne ɛsɛ mo mo de nkɔfoɔ mo ntwɛn ɔma so ba mo ani nye sika
but rich who say
mehia ɔmo league ni mu
the Athletic atwerɛ article bi about this na a portion of it amani wɔn hyɛ mu ɛne sɛ ɔmo sɛ ɛno a news ne ba yɛn wei ɛyɛ from the Football Association o from England na rich okɔ England the Football Association is different entity from the Premier League ɛsan yɛ different entity from the UEFA nti wei yɛ Football Association no
charges.
Athletics say yeah. The next will be from the Premier League. Almost separate charges. But say so. Then UEFA for so UEFA had already punished Chelsea for nobody saying with a fine. If they follow up, say the current one year basis, so no, almost over for Muna, almost lose your break here, and then also be a break now almost at the Ababa. I think say Todd Bolly any clear like for which Omed power concerning this matter, and no everything you say you face Kakra Ewo. So that is the explanation of Chelsea near the Rich Oko.
Na non dia za go besaba. Munchano kama. No wait ya za baba. Yo na ti ko man.
Rich you lo bi o wa.
O ko ma.
O ko no wa mi so bi.
But Onana pa aya.
Surprise o.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around the surprise.
Too much. News no and say wa hu share wo Nhyira TV e wo YouTube no news no say Andrew Onana adjoining Transport e wo Turkey on a loan. Na Oma on very abandon. Rich, onam kwaso a okono. Oni a beautiful wife. Manila and a koye. Abandon wife you want. The players
na say kra na me kan say bi oni na problem na ama unia. Psychological as affect my back.
No problem.
It's no problem.
Say na koye na.
Say chairman still na bibia fa na ne problem na head ya. You go now or the go post my hella.
I say, or absent minded.
Ojina park is about that. And also who many kevet.
Yes.
Said your brand
from central air
bar. Sweep people.
That's why you create.
My brand and I was like, no. This one on the show about
rich. Would you say so? I want to take you football.
The passion.
And for club set Transport, which they never dreamed so many a huge goalkeeper. They say Onana Manabenti crowd right from the airport throughout the crowd meaning and Rich. It has not been easy. But Rich, these are the numbers. And they're troubling. Onana at Manchester United, Rich. 102 games. Rich, or consider 150 goals. Out of the 102 games, occupy clean sheet in only 24 of them. At least, or one trophy at the bottom of Hobra. Into 102 games, 150 goals. And Andre Onana a consider. Now, Rich, to give you a deeper understanding, no. Occupy clean sheet to Manchester United in terms of percentage. Only 24%. But when they compare time and Inter, Rich, throughout the career of Inter Milan, occupy 46% clean sheet.
Those guys are not thing.
See what you say? Too much. Say, compare no with you say about Premier League, For you, Premier League, you big goalkeepers, and Manchester so I make a big statement on the big goalkeeper. Rich. Until you need to Ederson, Alisson Becker, David Raya, Sanchez, and Momaka, especially the big six now. Rich, look at the table. Big six goalkeepers. Anyone who goes from conceded last season, Rich. Ederson conceded 26. Alisson Becker conceded 29. David Raya conceded 34. Sanchez of Chelsea conceded 34. Even Vicario and the Ant Postecoglou conceded 37. Rich, Andre Onana conceded 44 goals. So the numbers were so not good. Now already in corner, Manchester were going to give him away. Rich, Onana caught Transport, and that brings us the end of Onana's story, with Manchester United. We were talking about injury situations. Rich, so Washa. Say what you do my cha season na ye bo wie dia ko World Cup na in some trouble for your concern power by injuries because we don't want to miss the stars at the World Cup. But Rich, afibia the discussion about injuries, you know, increase because there are more games are players neighbor. And to everybody say, last 4 years, everybody World Cup, no. You players be a player man come World Cup, maybe. Another season, na APCD World Cup, no. Injury situations are now you worry and they say it is because players, you know, are playing too many games. Rich, from Qatar 2022 to US, Canada, Mexico 2026. It seems that within that 4 years, you know, the conversation is that players now are playing more games, you know, and increasing football play. And now, you know, what I say. Look at Arsenal in this situation, Rich. Ben White, Bukayo Saka, Christian Norgard, Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, William Saliba. Nancy Eko international break, you know. There is a picture of Omar Marmoush, Egypt, Omo Kampa, Oko Praye, and Ora Brentena, Rich, when you're in the coach, a year, and ahead of the Manchester derby, Rich, that was what you were talking about. Ryan Cherky injured, Ryan Etinori injured, Marcus Martinelli injured.
I was the first student now, I started to.
Yes! Guardiola, say why you fit on. Injured. Kusanov injured. Nico Lewis injured. John Stones injured. Phil Foden, Martin Kovacic, Nico O'Reilly, Kevin Phillips, Savino, Omar Marmoush. All these players, Rich, and you're available for Pep ahead of the Manchester derby. If you compare it to Arsenal, Diana, you're starting league momentum, but the injury list, you know, idea was slow. Rich, maintenance a crown. Me person me can BB ever Monument City game no this Sunday. Just like eye open a bit now me the amount on 7 every year. Rich, out of the fixtures now, ever cost of Premier League you know. Each time, the Manchester derby is the biggest. Until we talk about it. Meaning say Ochina. We have more time to discuss game than Kasankasa ye. But Rich, Maminchu wa di NC adie bi so. So, over league table now, you may underplay Manchester Derby way simply because of the positions are Rich team ahead of it. Way the 9th, way at the 13th, and just by positions on Modano, that's a Manchester that ready. Moha. A full match. A Moha. But Rich, Obeji say, Ovim na ode kase mobese pep. And yet only with baby amoda amodo top. Rich, there's another significant data here. Mobese me the mount na ode konda eba China na yetime dwendwen ho. Rich, so say offer league table now push a goal difference now Manchester United was 0. It means say goals are matching any goals are not conceded pepe. Yeah. But Rich, over Manchester City goal difference -2. It means say goals be a Manchester City actually you have some more than 2 and so any etia omo. So you go into the details. This is what I'm talking about. Manchester about 3 games. We have 4 goals. We are conceding 4. And these are the attacking statistics. Man City about 3 games. We have 5 goals. We are conceding 4. And and these are the attacking statistics. But Rich, there is something. Say the frequency a team be any creative chance. And in statistics, you're fairly SG. Into one eye, when the ball in power and creative chance, Sanka on your clinical finishes, no omitting the ball towards them, then or your likely so be really game. No, Rich, observe something. We started from City, you know. Rich, so Osha, City SG, no, any 2-2. Say over Manchester SG now, you get it 32. Now, Rich, in more of statistical terms, Ubechi say, Rich, this season in the Premier League, and until I saw these statistics from Prime Video, no, let me wonder. say Rich, even omo that top in the Premier League, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, any other na Rich, Manchester, and this season, award the highest SG. 6.78
goes boy home.
Yes. Manchester and award the highest SG. So no more. Shanka like they are able to create chances. Or commit to convert here. And go more likely. A team BI in the Premier League. Followed by Chelsea 6.70. Brighton and Hove Albion 6.21. Man City 5.84. Arsenal 4.67. Now, Rich, the issue me say, everybody saying that Liverpool any list to him, but they are scoring a lot of goals.
And the question will be to grab Manchester 6.78. More to strikers me. Still, multiple goals.
Oko live score. Live score say, Abrantes friend Matthias Cunha already at Manchester United about 58 shots. 58. Or only one goal from open play since Obama Manchester United. Is it Rich?
Problem nah, I don't know.
Some of the best SG in the Premier League they are.
And I think your clinical finisher.
Yes, your strikers must start scoring. And if some team starts almost there, then probably your goals will win you the games.
Sure.
Until you start to goals now, it will change the face of the games, And the Amamiti, where you just a tip of the iceberg ahead of the Manchester derby now, Yabebono Ochina on the tactical board now I play out on Sunday, Enti my mate na se kwale abedi your Premier League mun komo no na my mamu coach bi na ye fam ko sika fie na Friday na you say be na me read comments bi na mesre un comment correct
David
obi say me nkan kira wo say mayu a cast ni reason nyina na say I think some message in koto can read it now ni reason nyina na say ose me nkan kira wo say mo ma team no enra ewo the man Champions League
it's my house rent be able send me
na mama o man do that Rich emo mu show emo mu win yo we dey come show one goal and cannot also me mo ni
nah boy yeah team na say
no see o adabraka into obi say
from men to the women
obi say we better na we do no man you the way we see down no man you sam no
Manchester United
and the 3 goals Monday and then Friday and then the man you be enti and the man ever ko ye first one no BW 109 9E 08A BW 109 9E 08A. Then the next one also a BW 109 A0557 BW 109 A0557 and the last one also a BW 109 A4 D2F 83 betway course BW 109 A4 D2F BW 109 A0557 BW 109 9E08A 3 betway course ye ben hu sana na ye say bibi papi banti na wa fa na ode aye de ode be
Donkor Bismarck go see is Calvin Phillips still with Man City
yes,
alone so omo de ma I think West Ham
yes
and West Ham so na ma Ipswich
yes
West Ham so na ma Ipswich alone but Brandon pa e ban saying was a fine player o Mikairo sunu pa Calvin Phillips body man the Three Lions
easy
all of a sudden
is it
some the name of West Ham and West Ham so na ma Ipswich on loan enti as our Brandon I don't know all right many are pay because the Ghana Premier League 2025 2026 season no started and net and you met 7 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, a phobia never said that until the bones are rotten. House of Folk. And this season, Amontian League now no diamond away the Friday night football. And I shall say in Ghana Premier League 2025-2026. Amone Ho United so every Division 1 joining a league this season yano. Omonomo and kick-started and referee Daniel Lai and a bidisa a game no. Achina our Brekum Golden City Park. Brekum Chelsea. Samo Bodu and Kumase Krobia Sante Kotoko Nebobo. Na sa game na hon semo ha yedibe tuja. Na the Gold Stars atna baby any dance park. Omo atwen Bechem United. Na on Sunday Pando Heart of Lions Code Brashuru for the Mrante no. Omo so atna Pando Stadium. Any dreams abo Basake Holy Stars. Any Techima 11 Wonders in Century Arena and game no. Ebetimi atoda Vision FC and the Samatex ni J Kraku Park and as our game no and so betimi atoda Young Apostles and the Mediama Nana Ajimambedu Stadium on a game no betimi atoda na Karila and Ediana Abo Aliu Mahama Stadium our Tamale na Nations FC and so tenefie and Swedro All Blacks almost by a league in this season yano. Also abo Dr. Kwame Chei Sports Complex. Enti anu ya nyame adoma Sunday's game and also ebetimi ato aye ejano. Na ahead of the game no before mebo reaction from coaches no utie aye kotoko coach ose team bia no kotoko bobo a omo fan say World Cup because kotoko no ne bobo no. Ti say u coach kotoko a emeduma ne dey. Because club will be out in this channel. I was so ye be coach now, munu person be players and so on. Almost see a cano, almost a person baby. And really drama is so kasakaka. Yeah, you know, dynamics, you know. Na yamfa emedi a year game in the home come before crano. Someone and then your question of the day, no, yeah, they to a YouTube in Chat TV. Also, bet me about na or the a answer. And so etimi ediaba and no ye amuzupi question of the day. Amuzupi question of the day no. Also brana ebra 2025-2026. Aye season no start no why and I would say yemo league ni you know. Na we emerge as the top scorer at the ama ye league you know. Enti oba ye the players and then and they ato ye fly so amuzupi question of the day also betimi aba na ode aye onsa no ediaba na afei ye nano yetimi ayi emu ba kwa ejide so no na ebetimi enso age ye goalkeeper ayala me so say for the feeling it is in league you know starting there.
I think say the general anticipation and it's a league will move by the pa move by the exciting and now is competitive because of Sikana Abemno Rich league bia se league no mu be de na league no competition be bomo a sika e wo league dim enekire. The reason why the North Africans league no mu ehye sika e wo mu league nim enti se uhwe sika e wo Ghana Premier League nim a ye be bobo ni this season na unprecedented e bi see that enti it is assumed say once there is money pump into it as investment, you know. Ebema obia wa awokeka or the bebo league, you know. Ebe kosru. Now, Rich, on the investment in the league, you know, any impact, you know. So, also the merit award league now. So, league aye babe boy position bia obedi from 1 to 15 bia and ebe chie sika ubenya no. Rich. You don't need any other person from outside to tell you, say if that is the arrangement, then you must be serious about league now. That is the first thing. Now, Rich, link with Sikano. The clubs say they are getting the money from the TV rights deal. That is the reason why I watch her. Say Oko Premier League in Mua. because they are getting almost £6 billion from TV rights deal. No, and Rich, look at clubs in Premier League nim any relationship and behavior when it comes to TV coverage. Because then you are telling this kind of basic league nim na unye bina a monumental and say you don't care about where they are getting their money from. And for sustainability of this money to grow and attract other and conform with me do so many how you treat maba for no into the production atomsika but no mo dia ba na omo dia ma class na sika ba league nim ama league na competitive mu ayeda clubs individually musuba ya mo bedan na didi a chia the safo no as they go around with omo production any one kasa mo general attitude no to hooliganism safety protocols na mo di so enti every venue bia friendly to omo ba ho any omo ba be omo production instance bi omo di mo bia mo di so ma conduct mu ye say we are in a professional era. Rich obi tie o say say your club see as ade safo iko yi omo suban crack say and me so mo ajatonde bia and am wo investment bia men fan ko she Ghana Premier League nim
so say clubs ni be tie dia.
Rich, they don't have any choice than to
ayala asema okay me say obia o di league na chi ache da bia me come see en clubs o ma na pam the corporate world of free league ni
of course but you
say obi di sika adesafui obo say bedroom e obi say na me ma me twa match and I say it will feel say next year no and I'm going for the best ni sika ba
see intina
into clubs o munya 3 points
yes into Rich, I want to have a positive attitude towards it.
Okay.
Me say me positive say your clubs no will appreciate what they need to do and me I don't want to stand at a negative point say in changing all of us our mindsets now you be attracted to the product. Rich, we must have a positive stance first. Say I don't know yes share lessons ebeye and yebe ya mana ye fe nti I want me free but say they should be very very careful. So washa who the fixtures need to do already there's one game Rich omubo at a venue any omu venue for last season Young Apostles
me kwa mu nana ayajuma bedu
so it means say clubs not say look say baby a wo bobo no enye fit say be hosting games you have to move and already Young Apostles are moving minim say whether omo here adwuma wenchi omo here they will go back and say bibi tina omo start to domane dia marriage baby edri the FA as a regulator must be able to tell the club say masa see you bet me the camera not to so am na yefe na at the software equipment omo dia banorage I'm telling you who you'll be shocked. See, omo betimi ma quality production. Say no be some of them in dia. Then enoma bi omo ka chere say yenye ewe a match venue so say be omo ba they will get omo camera positions omenya baby do omo wires afa any sign of no money nyina no. Look, we need to start getting to the level a standard level with our Premier League. It be say clubs no. Do na ejino mo so. Do na ejino so na Rich officiating and when we say FA president aposti on the social say why a virtual meeting with the referees any assistant referees any match commissioners our mobile di league way and one can show me say look and no my year baba you league ni no e fa kese so gino mo so any omo performance. They should try no munya professional. Omuni game no with confidence. But Rich, officiating here, I no credit referees no. Also mu dance suban paid no mu dance professionalism edi. But okay sana you are being too narrow. You no man kitin one. Club officials no. Omunya whiny no. They should stop calling the referees ahead of their games.
The referees are invite.
Rich.
Rich. They shouldn't even tempt them with the cause.
And it's also reference. I also what boy also about boy.
Rich.
Am I a league? You know the son money I did now become one. Catch the clouds is a young you do that.
Or you're from
Yes, a catcher is a man.
You must send him monama into so ready of flower befa. Into a for no so ready room for the Adena bounty.
Yes, my dear.
Oh, con the obey because I'm going school fees in the next week.
So,
Media Quakutia. And see, year 2 reference for some money professional. Omo attempt you more a year, you know, so you 2 or 4 club officials no moon die. The rich third one. Say referee bet me nyako ko dread the game na. Ayana stadium or atmosphere ni security. And we hear woman. Because majority of the decisions rich. Or to the no I say masa menya mi tieni di mu de. Ma menya ni say yana game na nko say na me mfa me hundi. Enti if stadium so security no, I assuring to these match officials then at least we can say ye din komo for proper officiating. Rich, unum say in the last 4 seasons in here, has win home game in the first, win first league game, league in da. Last 4 seasons, so the best of my year was a draw against Lagos City. Can you imagine?
Well, last year I cried on Lucia.
And in the last 4 seasons, match they won for House of Folk, whether home or away, their best a draw against Lagos City. Rich. And
last year, I'm Basaka the ball.
Yes,
first game.
Basaka. Yes. And you go back to the last 4 seasons, the best they have done a draw against Lagos Cities. Rich, I didn't catch you. I catch you says away a House of Folk near. And what's a woman when you bring match way? So often say a newly promoted send offer Basaka now. Then it means that you've not learned any lessons. Now look, Rich, House of Folk as a club, or more expectations from this season. Because of the Homo World Cup, I think they won another one. Is it a Democracy Cup? No, winning. And it has performance in the top 4. And all of a sudden expectations for House of Maya the league in Ekosro. Look, I have monitored not only from AHA, but your various colleagues from other networks. Omo your top 4 no, Rich. Sa okay can be out of 4 bubomu has and a lady. And go for be say has Belgian league this season. Rich. So has Belgian league need then it starts from a name against Holy Stars. Now unim ade a tricky one. Ayana your concentration be our big teams you know. Into the smaller teams in here no. Ayana your may ni enko. Me ho for no 2 players wom. Our Miami boys. The goalkeeper Emisa and a cookie ewa tonsu. And the name you know basic from na omabo. And some materials now has no. Not because you don't know Courtois, because you don't know cookie. Often so a ominimbo and a bar. Rich a one na omu a surprise no. And then you His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the Numonyam Kessia Babe Tire League no opening nechi. Na the Beam Nation President Stoneboy so and in a performance acclimates the atmosphere na yako. This is our own. Yes, your league ni mama ye na yemfa good attitude, good vibes, positivity. Entire league nechi na yempomo league na ma enyafa oye kotokonu ya hasini oye any club ni awutie ya also chefa also make league na man exciting rich. Now so about homework now so
Didi Dramani ahead of Ombone Hoho United and you may 7 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Try to compete, advance in all the competitions across the structure of our football in Ghana. And so going in the early season against Hoho United tells that we need to package ourselves strongly and stay consistent and more sustainable in terms of all the competitions of the year. Bonding is one thing that we really cherish. We try to do so many aspects that will help us to try to find the bonding. Now it's difficult for you to know who is a new player and who is an older player. All that we have is we have House of Folk staff base. They have always been, and it's a very organized side. It's a side that has really put in a lot in the Division 1. They come with some formidability. They come with some fairness in terms of some new recruits, good players who have played in the Premiership, and they have.
Okay, and did it Domani ahead of Omono United and Yumri and other sound coming at the Atuja say has enya players be about the old players no ho into bonding there and who here no pa senabea cohesion bibia telepathy everything akoso or go pamano so na house and so no etimi afa omontuma pa efra o say yes ho United omu free division 1 and everybody in league in be bat I don't just a house of folk echo go mo omo de ni brepa and na echi omo anwumrei because a league ni be koya I don't start anwumrei into on the mountain no omo aboabo mu ye kofi mintie una
Rich,
what expectations ne has game ne kakra bi na
this is the very first time I who said yeah baba start the season now my colleague journalists on Friday at the yeah baba start the season and the weekend before no ebi ma twom STC ticket ebi ma tom VIP ticket adaya enye ne mother station na esuma no so nkoye adwuma but there are also other production houses in the league who are willing to pay and yet aggressively good money, but for a start good enough to start something. And I think it's very interesting because meaning colleagues especially in the northern sector you show and there'll be some of them who go to Brekum, go to Doma, go to all the centers league, especially in the northern sector from here. And that tells you that there has been some good stuff across your league. In terms of what the clubs have to do in the I said that I won't dwell too much on it. I like the optics. I can't several times I didn't study marketing in school, but my first job outside of school before radio was in marketing. And then I've grown to love what marketing is. And now me I say at the tone there and Kenya so now ko ton keke. But at the tone you say your ma dey nesi wa mu bia bekum.
Packaging.
Yeah, and
very, very important.
Almost every club is beginning to do better in the packaging and marketing of your league, And Omanka Somo brand, we spoke about Kotoko. And now Hearts of Folk, your official unveiling, they can do better. Hearts of Folk for one. It's a club I think say they can do way better. Do Kotoko level of branding. They don't reach that side. League, just in effort. But how to present it? Because a raw pictures the mutual number 2 on them. A different thing. One she never is no, but yes, sir.
I'll be a video number later.
When the league is starting tonight, it's about all of those things. How United, some waterfalls, some maybe all of these things. Yes, it doesn't win you the cup, but it can generate revenue. And for you to be sustainable, to be able to play to win the cup, revenue infusion. It's very important to do that. Rich, for me, I think that we are starting the league on a good note. I say the team I think will win the league is Hearts of Folk. And me say go forward by me replies business. Is it just because as a folk preseason form derby? My reason was simple. The man in the dugout for me makes a lot of changes. Only like the personality as a person, and in the know-how as a coach adds more to them.
Or with Kotoko.
Exactly. Say about just players. Kotoko has better players than Hearts of Folk. You player for player, left back, right back, center back. Hearts of Folk a big problem at DM. Miami Nipa David Opanfrani, onye number 6. He is not, and yes, onye number 6, but yes, Sergio Busquets mo deep line playmaking. He is not the kind of player that really born now. And in a Ghanaian game, it's about more physicality need dual winning. Internal affected as Kakra, if they play him as a 6. One of the things I'm looking at is I want to see how Didi Dramani wants to solve that problem. The problem of managing the midfield of Accra Hearts of Folk. Are they player from nations? Yes, it's giving them some bites, but is it enough to go the long haul and then you may I think it's going to be very, very exciting. Now, I'm certain say we will get a league. They'll give us things to talk about. And you'll be going to make us a Ghana Premier League once. You wake up and you want to talk about the Ghana Premier League because there are things to talk about. Interesting. And we need a lot of angles to pitch for. Rich, the best year and for me, I'll wait for tonight.
The football now and the Bema clubs. Mususunye too obsessed with the 3 points. Munya because any bit me amu league, but mamu mfa kwambone so. Oh, now at least for once they say she can't de mamu ni na no. e obi na di sika be shebe o se bi ma mfa so dia amma sika na odi aba be shem na efra yi ko no be twe no ho enti asamo ene ye ma we mfa untwe match we nye sei ana hwa munyai for once yesamo munyai
say my supporters
ma league ni munya yesamo for once yinina yen say product ni na idea you protect no.
Don't give us the media negative message about the league.
That's it. But
even individuals so omo much mun koye to transfer mun kan chiro mo say afi mun nyesa de ni
product ne na
ya we ko so we mini ko hunu we sanu mani ni na
ayala hwe o de hwe prize money no what about also 200,000
yes
200,000
yes ko obi dia be shemu so ma mo ho ban dia
esamo and 3 points kwan bia so yesi age no e pam chow monti so na in league no emu enye de yem fa twa na yemra sisi ye
be ma wo dwonso ni mu pai ebi kam eyawo eni
league wo mu be de pa mu be de e be exciting and after so e be competitive because of sikana abem no rich league bia se league no mu be de na league no competition be bo mu a e sika e wo league dim e na kire the reason why the North Africans league no mu e hye e sika e wo mu league no mu enti se uhwe sika e wo Ghana Premier League nim a ye be bobo this season na e unprecedented e be see that and it is assumed say once there is money pump into it as investment you know e be ma obia ho awokeka or the bebo league no e be kosro na rich on the investment in the league you know any impact you know say ushe the merit award league na say league aye ba be boy position bia wo be do from 1 to 15 bia and e be chie sika wo be nya no a rich you don't need any other person from outside to tell you say if that is the arrangement then you must be serious about league now ba be bono that is the first thing now rich link with Sikano the clubs nim say they are getting the money from the TV rights deal omanya. That is the reason why I watch her say Oko Premier League anymore because they are getting almost £6 billion from TV rights deal no. And to rich look at clubs ever Premier League nim any relationship any behavior when it comes to TV coverage because otutuna sia then you are telling omo this Ghana Basic League nim na unye bi na aye monumental and say you don't care about where they are getting their money from and for sustainability of this money to grow and attract other and conform to me do so many musika be shemu no how you treat omo maba for no intisa the production atom sika but no mo dia ba na omo de ama clubs na sika ba league nim ama league na competitive mu ayeda clubs individually musuba ya mo bedan na didi achi the safo no as they go around with omo production any one kasa mo general attitude no to hooliganism safety protocols na mo di so enti every venue bia friendly to omo ba ho any omo ba be omo production instance bi omo de mo bia mo di so mo conduct mu ye say we are in a professional era rich obi tie che o say say club si as ade safo iko yi omo suban crash say ene me susu mo ajatonde bia ana mo investment bia men fan ko she Ghana Premier League nim
so say clubs ni betie dia
rich they don't have any choice than to
ayala asema okay me say obia o di league na chi ache da bia me come see clubs oma na pam the corporate world of free league ni ho
of course but you
so obi di sika adisafo yi we say bedroom maybe we say na me ma me twa match and I say it will feel say next year no and I'm going for Robert Nisika ba
see entina
into clubs we nya 3 points
yes into rich I want to have a positive attitude towards it.
Okay.
Me say me positive say your clubs no appreciate what they need to do and omobaye. Me I don't want to stand at a negative point say oh we are any daddy. In changing all of us our mindsets, now you be attracted to the product. Rich, we must have a positive stance first. Say I don't know. Yes, share lessons and you be yamana efe. Until I want them free, but say they should be very, very careful. So Washa, who the fixtures need to do? Already there's one game, Rich, Omubo at a venue, any Omu venue for last season, Young Apostles. So it means say clubs not yes, say look, say baby I will born. And you fit say be hosting games you have to move and already Young Apostles are moving meaning say whether omo here more when chi omo here they will go back and say bibi tina almost start to domane dia marriage baby edri the FA as a regulator must be able to tell the club say massa see you bet me the camera not to so am na FA na at the software equipment or media banorage. I'm telling you.
Kamfo Kojo Recon Royal Enterprise omune de Recon Heba Misha aba jaso for general body pains, menstrual disorder oba ofichi community samni enkoye koko hawa me pachana drupa Recon Heba Misha adrei uko promise heba Freddy Mens Sac Pharmacy Patase Block and top amazing heba Abuase Time FM and Oteke FM na no kwa unsabitimi aka Recon Heba Misha ope chakwa yawo Bremen Pentecost. Thank you Jesus building ma hon ya me patro friend I was 0244 470067 na munye eni enkomo enchena premo ato na makacho se you obi a woni ejigari die ho a emi se mani jigari ho pa ba aka sa okoto to ni na ba ko ne bo no be den okoto sugar ton katie ato cream ne ade a unwie no na etwembe 15 cities so ba we dey for H&H 4-in-1 Gary mix no sika kakra bi obenya ni na den so kama so ye ma cream and milk ni kom kama sugar no so ya in such a way says who person would be kan wa o say no obi an pe sugar into who pe baby a na odibi enso etimi e the account kama pa ye follow H&H 4-in-1 Gary mix tobi na unsudi na bibia anya kama enfama aya memra when da yanko bonvas
yes ochina na oche
sure
ye kobuno ochina na oche ochina memne da be ni na oche 20th of September iwa man to so kontem ochina na oche ye kobuno bonfa stores e de ye kobuno say enkofo ebuki weye na time abey wan so be friend yanka say oh basis ni mu ayema untimi ni ye nkobuno no sa bunu experience we unya bi da ewo abrabom ye ko Botan Caves any mountains ye ko Fiema Monkey Sanctuary ye ko Kintampo Falls ye ko ye canopy walk ye ko ye picnic ye sabe feed monkeys no ye be ko cave hikes enyina ewo ho sa no mo na ye ko enyina eye 500 cities pe 500 cities no utia ye be ma AC bus e de ko esa de waba ye be ma aduane ye be ma snacks ye be ma entry fee games ye be ye bus party ye wia ni ama professional photographers o me ma photo shoot ye be ma memory kama of the ekwakoye e wo bunu ho nyina intimi show enyi hum film and echina na wo 20th of September ye nyina ye ko bunu ye start 5 am e wo Ecocent Road Ejatek heya Udu Victory Baptist Church wa behind Odotobi Rural Bank Tech Junction branch in Echipe 5 am near 2 anwumre 9 de na yaba upese ofre na so buki we ya first numbers are edidi sway 0531 090068 0531 090068 and I say 026167 1686 0261671686 and I say 0245 594425 0245 594425
okay
na ontimi ne bomfa stores ene ye nyina ye nkome say ma ramfi ofra ka chom say power sports bars no enuamu na obetena na wona yakobu no na ye nyina yakogie ni kama nti frɛ na ebuki u seat na ye nyina ye nko
yeah birthday na yakofa adum kase no de abremo meko aduma ya na marishe Mr. Jacob Deche marishe no happy birthday ono na marketing manager Adema Franco Trading Enterprise.
Oh, nice.
Openi, I mean, Obian him say, I had it. I'm saying, no more did you manage Franco dear. If from Adom, in fact, multimedia, the MC will be on my address.
This is Franco, and I told me first phone.
Oh, okay.
First ever phone.
I see.
Mechanical University. And I'm a papa tema, I do tema no so. He said, local university, there was our first phone. And I tell my branch, Franco Trading Enterprise. You call it. Na me koto me Nokia phone that time. No, come on. And Franco, they've been in the business for a very long time. Quality appliances and the phones, laptops, TVs, any BB.
And you're Jacob Deche.
Oh, nice.
Our marketing manager, the Franco Trading Enterprise. It's for mon coming when you are happy birthday. I mean, shop na awoda munche bia nyankopon emfa and more. Na so for brand na be wa de. Enti na me.
Oh, na o ma wonye ni.
Na the TV